All right. Wow. We are ready to go. Ready to take on the day, huh?
Yep.
All right. Thursday, guys.
Booyah.
What seems like a very long week for some reason.
Amen, brother.
Man, whatever.
Amen.
This is your Friday. You just need to chill.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm going on vacation.
You're going to Jersey.
I'm going to New Jersey.
That's family time. That's good.
Tell him what he's won, Bob.
Yeah.
Going to New Jersey.
All expense paid trip to New Jersey.
All right. No, you can't relax there.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the fun.
Do you want to enjoy the smell of a landfill without actually visiting a landfill?
Yes, I do.
Well, New Jersey's for you.
There's bodies in dumpsters. It's New Jersey.
Everywhere. Every dumpster you open, there's at least one body.
It's terrifying.
Terrifying.
It's a time of year to be terrified, so why not go to Jersey?
Yeah. Yeah, that's an in-laws thing. And, whenever I go over there, it's a lot of activity.
What do you, anything you want to share with the people? Like, what are you doing?
I mean, it's my mother-in-law's 70th birthday, so we're...
Happy birthday to her.
Going down there to celebrate with the family, and, yep.
A lot of forced smiling this weekend.
It's going to be great.
Okay.
It's going to be awesome.
Well.
Can't wait to go.
Can't wait to hear about it on Monday.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yes. It is a spooky time of year, huh?
Mm-hmm. The best.
The Fox 2 Now webpage had a whole thing about, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a series they're doing on there, but about St. Louis urban legends.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, like Zombie Road and whatnot.
Yeah, and they talk about the Bubblehead family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think I learned that on this show.
No, not that. Not that, Scott. Do you know about the Bubblehead family, Rafe?
No, dude.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Dude, it's spooky.
It's a family.
This is a St. Louis,
lore.
Yeah, lore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
These
I've
poor
been down to
people.
the road.
Yeah, it was a legend in harassment.
Yeah. People just driving this family nuts, saying they got nuclear waste bubbles on their face.
Yeah, it's a sad yet somewhat true story that lurks down a secluded North County road near the Missouri River. The Bubblehead family called a house at the end of Carrico Road in Florissant their home. The family, according to urban legend, were alleged victims of government chemical testing and had enlarged heads. Despite this, other sources believe the family had a son who had hydrocephalus, which is the buildup of fluid in the brain leading to an enlarged or deformed head.
Yes.
The family allegedly kept the son at home at all times and eventually moved out of the house. Still, the urban legend lingers as visitors to the road have seen several no trespassing signs, and some have been allegedly chased by strange figures lurking in the surrounding wooded areas.
That's not my favorite out of the urban legends.
Well, the RFT had a pretty good write-up of some of the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is very disappointing because I've said this before on air, but Video Joey was talking about how there's this family and the haunted road and all this kind of stuff, and we were driving over there like, this is going to be sweet. And then he said, yeah, they're called the Bubbleheads. And instantly you're just like, can we go around?
Well, apparently there really was a kid that had...
Yeah, but it's not scary.
Had a thing... Had hydrocephalus, and he had an enlarged skull.
He's saying even the name of the folklore.
It's just silly.
It's no fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so
Bubblehead?
but you see all those signs there, and I mean, they definitely don't want you even near any of that.
Right.
So
Didn't they
like,
change the name of the road?
So it's Carrico Road, but they call it Bubblehead Road. So was the legend like it was a family of bubbleheads or just one?
That's what I always thought.
I always heard it was the family.
Yeah, like they all had, and I always thought it wasn't enlarged heads. It was like they had bubbles all over their head, like skin, big old
like
cysts.
big boils.
Yeah, boils. That's in my head
Like
what it
big,
looks
like festering boils and like a deformed.
Right, and drooling and coming at you.
Where in reality it was just probably one kid who was
Poor thing.
Poor thing.
Oh man.
So here's what the RFT says about it. Legend has it the family of genetic mutant bubbleheads lived at the end of this long, winding road near the banks of the Missouri. It's just a street in a densely wooded neighborhood, but it's mostly, it's almost entirely downhill.
Yeah.
And creepy in the way that only quiet woods can be creepy. The rumor was if you drove too far down the road and got too close to the property, the quote-unquote bubbleheads, sometimes described as victims of government chemical testing, would come out of the woods to scare you off. There are multiple no trespassing signs on the road to try to deter teenage visitors, but the legend lives on. So there's the Bubblehead Road, urban legend. Hitchhike Annie?
I've heard of that, yeah.
Nope.
People
No.
pick her up, drop her off at a graveyard.
Hitchhike Annie is the name of the ghost that roams Cavalry Drive between Cavalry Cemetery and Bell Fountain Cemetery. Her legend has been around since the 1940s and is very well known by the people in the area.
She's just going from one cemetery to the next.
She's described
right.
as needs a ride. Described as a young woman in a white dress, Annie has long brown hair, pale skin. She usually makes her appearance right as the sun is setting. And though she might be creepy, she's described as harmless.
I love her.
Yeah, she's probably just getting off work, ready to go home.
Apparently, she flags down cars and asks for a ride up the street, but she always disappears when the car reaches the entrance to Bell Fountain Cemetery. Never quite reaching her destination.
Love it. There's an urban legend like that in New Orleans as well, where Uber drivers have gotten calls, picked people up, dropped them off at the cemetery, never to be seen.
Which one? Which one do you know about?
Zombie Road?
Zombie Road in Ellisville?
Yes.
This old stretch of road in Ellisville carries a heavy story. Heavy story.
I'm scared.
The legend says that a man was struck by a train and that sometimes people will see him walk near the tracks and reenacting the moment he got hit. This story is made more believable by the fact that there is constantly fog covering the little dips and valleys of this dark, winding road near Bluebird Park.
Train tracks are perfect for this. Train tracks are awesome because once where there's like a road crossing, it's whatever, you're used to seeing that. But if you walk down some tracks for a little bit, they're usually in the woods. It's perfect for weird sounds. A lot of times they're following rivers or streams, so of course the fog is going to be perfect there. There's one in Virginia, our buddy Elvis, who did a couple records with us when he lived up in Virginia. There was a place that's called the Cahokie Light. Ooh. And it is like this way old legend over there. And he was like, if we get time, we got to go down there. We never got to go down there. But he tells a story to this day about how his grandma told him about it. It was like it was either a train car that was carrying wounded soldiers in the Civil War. Something crashed.
That's how this goes, too, that there's Civil War ghosts down there.
But he swears up and down. And he's like, my whole family didn't believe it until we saw it. You go there, and you go down the tracks a little bit, and you just stand on the tracks. And he's like, depending on the day, whatever.
You could hear them?
No, these lights will come around the bend, and they will go right through you or right over you, and then down the tracks. And you wait another couple hours, and another one will happen. And he said, you know what they tell us? Swamp gas.
Swamp gas.
Ain't no swamp gas. I seen it myself.
Swamp gas.
Elvis is always like, man, I've seen it myself.
Swamp gas. Well, have you been down to Zombie Road? Because that's by your house.
It is by my house. I'm savoring it.
Yeah, it's
I've
a good
not
hike.
gone.
It's easy.
Is
You've
it?
done it?
Yeah. We would
I've done it.
we hit on the side of the hill because we found out some friends of ours were going to be down there. They didn't know we were, so we hid in the hill and
Your ghost
jumped out and got
friends?
them. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, Mark Quinn from Celebration Day and Joe Dirt, and El Monstero, lead singer guy. He and his girlfriend kind of introduced me to Zombie Road, and they've had some weird experiences down there. And I was like, what? And then the RFT did a write-up, and I was like, oh, man. And then now I live nearby.
They did a write-up on his weird experiences?
No, on just the experience, the legend of it. And
Really?
I've been wanting to go, but I'm also kind of like, I savor that stuff. I don't go to these things immediately.
Because you don't want you don't want the legend to be ruined?
Well, I'm kind of freaked out, and but I need like the right headspace to go, and I never go by myself, and
What is the right headspace? Because I have the right.
I need to be in the freaky headspace of like, all right, you
Was
ready to see
Bluebird
some
Park
stuff?
where you caught the guy Joeing?
No,
You know
That's
what?
haunted for sure.
that's on it with the Joe guy. Yeah, every time I was walking by the Joe incident spot yesterday, it's a creek, and my neighbor Patty and I, we were just talking on a bridge, and I was looking behind her, and I was like, that's where that guy is. I see the ghost of that guy Joeing every time I walk.
Maybe that was a ghost.
It could have been, dude. The
It's-
police
they call him
never
Bluebird
found him.
Joe.
Yeah.
Bluebird Joe.
Bluebird Joe.
Fleshlight Frank.
Oh, we got a new urban legend.
Yeah, so
Ladies,
what was it?
watch out.
Was it last year?
It was.
Last year?
Or earlier this year, maybe.
Lern was, walking near her house on a trail
3
and
and 4 in the afternoon with families nearby. There's a park nearby.
caught a guy Joeing with a fleshlight
with a flashlight.
up on the creek bed.
By the way, one of the police officers who had to call me back when I did call it in came out to an event I was at, and he was like, I just want to give you my card. He's like, if anything, if you ever see anything crazy, he goes, didn't know how anybody would know what a fleshlight was on the phone with you. And then he was like, then I was listening, you know, I didn't talk about it immediately.
You waited a little while.
It was a traumatic experience. And whenever we talked about it on the show, he was like, put two and two together that he was the guy, the officer who called me and wanted the details.
Right.
And the fact that I was name dropping a fleshlight, he's like, how does this woman know what a fleshlight
kind of
is?
pervert?
What kind of massive pervert? And then he goes, and you work for the Rizzuto Show. He's like, it all made sense.
That's the best.
Reviewed several of them in the last year.
Well,
I
the fact
know.
that like, and this man had a fleshlight.
Yeah.
And the cop was like,
How does this
She
lady
was
know?
like, I think it was a Omnimax Flesh Pleasure 2000.
Yeah.
The look of it, the shape.
it's
It
awful.
wasn't the 2019 model. It was
Yeah.
definitely. And he's like, wow, she really.
It was the
knows his
discounted one too.
shit.
It was gray and not blue.
Well, you know who actually introduced me to the fleshlight the first time? It was back at the Emma days. It was Jeff. It was Jeff Burton because
What?
you guys used to
No
have
way.
dildos and all sorts of stuff in the
Yes.
studio. And I was working on the mornings at Casey, so I'd walk by when you guys were doing the sex toy review, and Jeff would always like make it a point. And also in Promo Matthew's office, he had the inventory of every sex toy.
well,
that
we used to
was
do
available.
ladies' nights events,
I
and
know.
Patricia's would give us
Boxes.
boxes of stuff.
Matthew gave me, Greg Bowe and Matthew Chambers gave me like 4 or 5 different sex toys for my bachelorette trip. This
Yeah.
was
Nice.
working in radio. It was hilarious.
Wow.
And so, yeah, but Jeff Burton introduced me to my first fleshlight. I just would like to set the record straight.
Not that he was using it.
No, not at the time. No, he
Hey,
just
check this out.
presented.
What do we know?
I presented.
I do know somebody that actually owns a fleshlight.
Oh no.
Probably know a few people.
Yeah, my mind has like at least 3 guesses.
The one that has fully admitted, like, hey, dude, I got one of these things,
That
and I
narrows it.
use it.
It's great technology.
That narrows it to about 2.
Which one of our bosses?
Hey, somebody that works here.
Building.
Somebody that works here, but y'all know this person.
Oh, great. Well, we will find that out after the break.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
No,
know
I
what
know
I'm
exactly
talking
who you're talking about.
I don't
And
know.
this,
Shame.
this, this person is the only person I know who subscribes to, like, YouPorn.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Didn't he?
Hey, no
Didn't he
shame.
and Jeff like share passwords for a while there? There was like something going on.
No.
There.
No. Then you
No?
don't know. Then you don't know.
Whoa.
You know who I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I.
Like I said, there's a few guesses here.
Let's have the chat guess.
No, you're talking about the guy who gave
Let's
Jeff
involve
the
the people.
Mr. Skin.
Yes. Yeah.
Jeff had an
Mr.
account
Skin.
to Mr. Skin.
Yeah, and something happened with his account. It's like, no worries, buddy. You can use mine.
What a total weirdo.
Oh, maybe we are talking about the same person.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about the same person. Okay.
No, this friend of mine, I'm not going to out him. His wife went away. And I go, hey,
He went away.
Huh?
Like on a trip?
Disappeared.
No.
Zombie
No, the
road.
wife went away on like a business
Ran to
trip.
Target.
Okay.
Okay.
Why'd you put "went away" in quotes?
His wife
Went away.
went away.
Went
And I go,
grocery
what
shopping.
I go, what are you doing this weekend? He goes, I'm staying in.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, your wife's out of town.
Cool.
He goes, nah, I got a fleshlight.
Got a new model. Got the latest model of fleshlight.
Yeah, it was
You-
the Trimmers
I
edition.
go, are you serious? He goes, yeah, I'm going to be in all weekend.
Got a whole plan.
Trimmers edition.
I got a whole fleshlight plan for this
Yeah, I'm going to
weekend.
be in this weekend. I go, are you out of your mind?
He's just
What?
making love to himself. Way
Did
to
he
go,
raise
pal.
it up and show it to you right when he said
No,
that?
we're on the phone.
I just have
I'm
so.
going to be in this weekend, if you know what I mean.
I just want to know because I hope that men like clean it out. I hope that you do your due diligence with your sex toys
He says it's
and you sought water and soap.
top rack dishwasher safe.
That's
Oh,
disgusting.
nice.
That disgusts me. You never put them in your
Cascade all up in
dishwasher.
your
Okay?
flashlight,
Is that true? I know we've used that joke a lot, but is that true?
dude. Can't be good.
I feel like I know I've heard that a lot. And is that because it's real?
Think about your perviest friend, and you know that they have
I am.
sex
It's
toys,
this person.
and they're putting their fleshlights into the dishwasher, and then you go over to their house and have dinner, and you were eating off the plates and
Yeah.
drinking
Well,
out
as
of
long
the
as you hit the old
glasses.
sanitize button.
For sure, but they're not hitting that every time. They're not refilling the sanitization
Man.
ever. Who refills their sanitizer?
Is it weird that people put dog bowls in dishwashers?
I
do it-
always
I do it
clean
by
mine
itself.
out.
Do you? They're
Yeah,
in with the regular.
I clean it first, or like I scrape it first because there's like this weird film or something on
Yeah.
it, and then we run it in the dishwasher by itself.
Do you?
I
Yeah,
do.
which is probably no different, but it makes me feel better.
Same. I got
That's just
Mr.
from my
Gray's
mind.
bowls outside. I always like soak them in hot water and soap, and then I dump them and I like whoop, and then I put them into the dishwasher after they've already been pre-cleaned because the raccoons and the possums and whatnot are getting.
No,
the
I
rabies
get it.
all
No,
over
I
them.
told somebody like I put the the dog bowls in the dishwasher, and they go, ew. I go,
Yeah.
No, whatever.
I don't. We don't have a dishwasher. I wash my hand, but when we did have one, I hand washed the dog stuff.
I never even thought about it. I'm like, I always press the sanitize button. I figured the water's hot enough. It's not like there's chunks of stuff in there, and we
And
rinse
you
them
just
out.
you just fixed your dishwasher, so that's cool.
I fixed my dishwasher myself.
It probably doesn't matter, but in my head it does. Because it's like Moon nailed it. Like there's something about, I love the boys, but if they drink out of their water bowls and they're slobbering all in it, it gets like
Gosh.
there's like a film on there that I'm
Slick.
like, I just, ugh.
What about you,
Grosses
Scott?
me out.
The dog bowl. Well, we don't have a dishwasher at my house, but we do have the dog bowls, and yeah, that's they're. I wouldn't be able to put them in there anyways because I went to Goodwill and found really fancy ones
You
for my
did?
dog, so they're not dishwasher safe. So I have to do it by hand.
Nothing but the best for
Hey,
his
they're
two.
royal pups. man.
Dogs
Yeah.
eat off
Royal
fine
Pub.
china.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's like handmade stuff. It's hilarious.
No, but the same guy that has the fleshlight, he's like, yeah, and this is months later. He goes, yeah, I got a subscription to, YouPorn. I go, what? Why?
Yeah, it's all free.
Why? Like, how much do you need?
What do you get for the subscription? Like, are there points, or do you rack up like listening times?
Oh, yeah, I
or-
wonder.
Comments, dude.
It gives you the reports.
You get to
Oh, you
comment.
can comment? That's what it is?
That's really
I've always,
cool.
don't you ever see like
Wow.
comments under porn videos, and I'm like, who are these people?
This
Like that's
guy.
that's another breed of people to me. Like I'm amazed by commenters in general, but that's a specific pinpoint type of commenter where it's like, I think this porno needs my opinion underneath it. This chick's hot. I go, thank you.
I haven't watched
Thank you
porn
for contributing.
in probably a decade, but I have looked up alternative porns. Like literotica is you read pornographic stories,
Oh, the old Penthouse, was it Penthouse Forum?
Yeah.
and
Some
then
people write them.
also there's also sex podcasts. Did you guys know about this? Where they essentially like
Yeah, they bang at the end.
read no, it's not
What?
like
They're-
podcast
yes.
hosts. They read stories and it's like I don't know, and that's really interesting. And I was like, because I don't know, I feel weird watching porn. I don't know what, like, I don't want to anymore. I
You
feel
want
like it's
my
too
buddy's
freaky.
password and username?
No,
You want me to
No,
send
I
you?
do not.
Want me to send you some of my old porn when it was?
no, I don't want
just,
any
when it
box
wasn't
of
so
porn.
freaky.
No,
Just good
Boner
old fashioned.
Jams 03. I don't need that. But
The
I'm
old
just,
fashioned two people making love?
Yeah, just a man and a woman in love, married, missionary only, eye contact.
no. And like I've gone to like Tim and I have gone to different antique malls around town and like bought like vintage Playboys from like the 1980s, but there's no like vintage Playgirls. So it's just weird. Like I don't know if other women feel that way. I just don't like. I always make fun of Brazzers because I'm like, anytime you'd be on like a porn site and you'd see a advertisement for Brazzers, it's always the most intense
Yeah.
advertisement you've never wanted to see. And I'm like, my God. And I just couldn't deal. So I was like, I'm tapping out of this type of activity. I just
Yeah, they
couldn't
really
it
do.
anymore.
They like pinpoint a very aggressive part of the porn and then speed it up to like 3 times speed.
Yes.
Well,
And you're just like, good God.
It's very intense.
I'm not clicking on that.
also, like, we're desensitized to it now. And,
Yeah, they got to do crazy stuff.
You got to start doing crazy stuff now.
That's what I mean. I don't want to see anything like that. Like the vintage porn from like the 70s was always kind of interesting to me because like you heard about like, what was it? Debbie Does Dallas, or what, Debbie Does Dallas. Is that right? And like,
Classic.
because I got all freaked out. I never wanted to like, I don't know. It just freaks me out to see like some of the subgenre categories, and I decided I'm like, this is too much.
Didn't that
for my
stuff
world.
exist in the 70s too, though? I mean, I think it's all, if it's
No, dude,
if it's,
we've gone
It was
so
different.
far
Like there's
over.
actually a plot.
They had the cool music back then.
Well, I know.
Well, you're
the
thinking
things
like
that we're familiar.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
things that
Story
we're
that's hot
familiar
as
with.
hell.
Disco.
They still have those.
I feel like it
Yeah.
was probably the same back then.
They
It just
still have
wasn't-
some pretty. There are channels that are like very much still old school. They're not all the crazy stuff. Like my stepsister got stuck in the dryer.
That's what I mean. I'm like,
Guess I got to put it up.
Yeah, yeah.
for adoption. And not all.
Oh yeah, there's
I feel like there was probably some similar stuff. We just have no idea. But like in the 70s or in the 60s, there was probably some
underground.
Weird backroom place in New York.
Sure.
Where you go in and you find the back room of the back room, and that's where all the weird stuff is. And there was probably some weird guest book or a comment book where people were like, "Check this one out. Here's what happens," or "This one
Yeah.
is
That was the
not
comment
good."
section?
That's what I'm
You
saying.
had to
There was
pay- you had to pay
probably
to write in that.
yeah. Whatever's happening now, I bet you there was some equivalent.
but it was kept underground. Now it's
Right.
more. Now it's. I don't want to say it's mainstream, but it's
Now it's just
accessible.
Yeah, as easy to access as the
It's accessible
as
to
the
everybody.
surface stuff.
Like the craziest porn I remember in high school, one of my friends, she found her parents' like treasure trove of,
Oh, I had
naughty
a friend.
things.
I had a friend do that too.
and we stole
It's the best.
this VHS. I think it was Peter North, porn star Peter North, and he has a green suit on. And I don't know what it was called, but it was like, we always called it the invisible man porn because he had a green suit on. This is like the 80s where green suit was just a new type of tech. And so it was just a dong walking around in the porn.
Oh, like
What?
a green screen. So he was
No
on
way.
a green screen. Like
His body was gone except for
Wow.
his man parts.
Wow.
And you could see like the seam of the suit like right above. And I mean that we laughed so
I almost
hard at
wanna
that
see
freaking
this.
thing. I do too. And somebody stole it from one of my house parties because we used to put it on as fun. And somebody confiscated that VHS. And we to this day have not been able to figure out who the hell it was that took it.
Are you sure it was Peter North?
I think so.
I had a friend not only find his parents' treasure trove, but he brought it out and was like, "Oh my gosh, guys, check this out! This is gonna be awesome!" And he puts in a movie. And while the movie starts, we're all kind of like in the room, and this was like not an age where we really knew what this was yet. You know what I'm saying? And we were kind of watching. We were like, "Whoa, this is unreal. When are your parents going to get home? We just want to make sure we don't get caught." And then he pulls out this binder, and he opens up the binder. He's like, "Dude, check out all these pictures." And as we're checking them out, we realize that's your mom.
Oh my God.
And
Whoa.
yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
In real time, we saw this guy go from, "Whoa, this is so cool," to maybe one of the worst moments of his life.
That's probably the last time you ever looked at that stuff, though. That was.
I mean,
stuff.
and
Yeah,
here's
no.
the
Man.
wild thing is
Wind blows a little different way that day. He's got all kinds of therapy to go to.
it was
Oh, you want to talk about therapy?
it was
I do.
a very vivid experience.
My buddy Ben, his mom, was like, "Hey, you want to see Ben being born?"
Oh,
my
okay. Yeah, they videotaped it.
Yeah,
That's kinda
And,
cool.
And showed friends.
showed friends.
Conception. Here's.
It was very
Showed his
strange.
friends.
Showed his friends.
I highly
cool.
suggest all people watch a birth. I was in the room when my sister was born. Scared me straight, man. I did not have sex till I was
Didn't
way
need
old.
to see it.
Well,
Didn't need to see it.
I can't find this green screen.
Saw
thing.
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Miracle of life.
It's things can get if you get introduced to the wrong thing in the wrong order, who knows, man. Lloyd Cox was my buddy Josh's. He was like one of the first divorced dads, and it was just they weren't crushing it yet. Like dads get it now, but in the early '90s, man, dads were just barely figuring out how to be divorced and live on their own. And if you had a divorced dad friend, you had to like really lock in with that kid because it was unsupervised weekends.
Yeah,
And it was awesome.
you get away with a lot more stuff.
And he had a stack of lazily hidden VHS porn that he'd just be gone all weekend at the VFW trying to
Yep.
bang the bartenders, and we'd be home alone with Mountain Dew and Domino's Pizza just. But it was like regular. It was like, hey, we're camping. I'm going to bang this chick on the tailgate of my car. That was about it, you know.
And there was
like,
a plot.
There's a lot of bush.
Somebody said on the instant feedback, the guys who comment on pornography are the same ones that gamble at gas stations.
Yeah.
And play the slot machines at
we have a
gas stations.
stereotype right on.
But he did have like some magazines that were like too specific. Whenever we got in, I'm like, you know, you're a little kid, and you're like looking through all these like, like, oh, Playboy, cool. Oh, Cherry. Oh, whoa, there's a little different content in here. And then he had one called Milky Jugs. And I remember I was a young dude, and I'm like, it was lactating women like taking the glass top of a coffee table and pushing it up against their boobs, and there was like milk running down. And I just remember being like, hey, your dad's weird, man.
Wow.
But it's one of those things like, hey, dude, the wind blows on the back of your neck a little different that day.
Fine.
And I'm just running around trying to breastfeed for the rest of my life.
Oh, God.
You got to be careful Gotta be careful what you tiptoe into. So I understand your hesitancy, but
Jeremy says, I found my dad's 8mm porn stash when we were 12, projector and all. Wow.
Oh,
Projector.
Damn.
Whoa.
That's old school.
When you think about that work.
8mm.
I'm imagining Chris, or what's his fit, Clark Griswold up in the attic with all the fur on.
Yeah.
Watching it that
Watching
way.
the family videos.
yeah. And there is a podcast, Lena the Plugs podcast, by the way. They do the podcast.
Oh.
And
Our,
they're a couple, and they bang the guest at the end of the podcast.
Oh, wow.
Our friend, the OnlyFans teacher,
She did it?
did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Brianna. Anyway,
Wild.
Well,
This green screen.
Zombie Road.
That's,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, back to that. Back to that. You said that you need the right mindset, and I was thinking like, you know that persona, that mindset that you have when you were talking about like, getting all revved up and like you're in a bar and you're whatever and you're 5'2" and you're like, but you can kick some ass. That's the mindset that you need when you go out to
That's what I'm talking about.
some ghosty thing. I'm kind of serious.
Yeah.
Like if I'm out in the woods or something and especially when I was a kid and things kind of get weird and that's like the moment where you're like, is this scary or is this not scary? That's when you got to bow up. Inside you bow up and you're like, oh yeah, you know
I don't
what?
buy any of it.
Bring on some sort of supernatural thing. I dare you.
Yeah.
Bring it. I am ready for this.
Supernatural knows I want it so bad, they never give it to me. They're like, this crazy, freaky lady wants to see a ghost.
They're scared of you.
Yeah, they're like,
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
not her.
That's the mindset you got to have when you go in.
You would love to
bow
be
up.
on Ghost Hunters, right?
Yeah, I would, sort of. I mean, I would get freaked out. Like, we've had a couple of listeners reach out that said that I could come with them on some ghost tours, and I haven't responded because I'm like,
Like, so you never been to the Lemp Mansion?
I have, but I've
Okay.
never done the overnight thing.
Now, they have the Lemp Caverns.
I've been in those.
I want to see
Oh,
that.
so underground.
Yes, there's a haunted house usually that they put down there, and it's freaky
Right, the
as
Lemp
hell.
Mansion,
Yeah, yeah.
we all know about. Visitors apparently have heard screams and had their hair pulled and experienced all other manner of odd interactions at the site, so much that it's become a haunted sleepover destination with actually rooms to rent. But the infamous caverns below the mansion that spider throughout the neighborhood on the south side of the city near the river have a whole different level of haunting.
I don't know if they still have the haunted house down there.
Originally used by William Lemp, old Billy Lemp, he used this place to store his beer as well as his own, use it as his own personal party cave. Now the caves are rumored to be haunted by all these ghosts from the surface and more, including monsters and mutants. So those are the Lemp Caverns.
I don't think they've opened it since 2019. They used to, the Limp Brewery. It was the Caverns of the Limp Brewery.
So that's closed.
I believe so.
I didn't know that. That'd be pretty fun.
So maybe on the east side, Rafe, you know about the 7 Gates to Hell. That's in Collinsville.
No.
No, you don't know about these? Nobody knows about the 7
I mean,
Gates to Hell?
I think those permeate most towns. I've heard of the 7 Gates of Hell as a kid in Southern Illinois.
So every area has their own
version.
7 Gates of
Yeah,
Hell?
Everybody's got their own 7 gates. Well, let's hear about Collinsville's. Is it
These
the ketchup bottle?
These quote-unquote gates are graffiti-covered railroad bridges, and it's said that if you drive under all of them at a specific time and order
Yes.
and pass beneath the 7th gate exactly at midnight, it will open a portal to hell, and you could momentarily glimpse the lake of fire. Suburban kids looking for a thrill have been crossing the river to chase this devil since at least the 1990s. And as far as this person who wrote this article, as far as they know, nobody has seen the dark side quite yet.
Yeah, you got to go at 3 in the afternoon.
Now you got to under the 7th gate exactly at midnight, Scott,
Oh,
and the portal opens. Was that
Central Time?
Was that St. Louis time? Was that your 7 Gates
Something
of Hell
similar.
experience?
I don't remember that being. I don't remember the driving and right at midnight, but it was like on Halloween night. Yeah,
What about the is it the Piazza bird?
Piasa.
Piasa.
Piazza. Damn it.
I've heard of that one.
Piazza.
Yeah, almost.
The Mike Piazza bird.
Piasa. Piazza.
Piasa.
Piazza. Okay, well,
Yeah, I think they even have a soccer team over there called the Piasa.
the history of the mythical Illini native tale continues today. Legend has it that many years ago, there was a great winged creature who was so big that he could swoop down out of the sky and snatch up a full-grown deer.
It's the Illinois dragon. Basically, it's the Southern Illinois chupacabra. Is the Piasa.
And the Piasa certainly could snack on a human as well. You You could find an image of the creature painted on the bluffs along the Mississippi.
That's cool.
The Exorcist house,
Yep. Driven by it.
located near Umsel. The Exorcist was not just a movie. Apparently, some real stuff went down here in St. Louis involving a possession, and they had to call priests in from SLU. Now, in the real version of the story, it was a young boy who had been possessed. His family came to stay at the house, 8435 Roanoke, where he was visited by priests and where they witnessed his bed shaking, objects flying across the room. Priests received permission from the archbishop to perform an exorcism, and they began here at the Exorcist house before moving to the, I guess, some hospital in South City.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's
Alexian,
where-
the Alexian Brothers Hospital.
Yep. It's closing now.
It is.
What was it? A lot of it happened at SLU.
So Umsel is the Exorcist house on Roanoke,
Yes.
and they said they moved the kid to the Alexian Brothers Hospital in South City.
That's part of SLU, though. The old building
Yes,
is part of it.
Because my friend, I know about this because my roommate in college in Carbondale moved up here and became a SLU cop for a while. He used to call me at 3 o'clock in the morning because he knew I'd be up. I'd be like, "Hi, buddy Rob," and he'd be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing, man?" "Oh, nothing. Why? Call me at 3 a.m., dude. What's up?" And he's like, "I'm just walking through." He had to do bike patrol, and the cops stored their bikes on the floor that this exorcist room was in, and he had to go up there by himself, and he's getting spooked out. I was like, "Dude, you're armed." He goes, "Guns don't work on ghosts, dude." And I was like, "All right." But he said that they had an entire wing of the building blocked off, and the only thing they kept up there was the police kept like their bikes in storage, and that they had the room preserved because they thought that like objects could get haunted. So after they did the exorcism, which was a boy in real life, it wasn't a girl.
So that was.
He
the
said
room?
it's up there, and he said it's creepy. He's like, "Dude, we went up there. Some of the cops went up there and looked, and it's like it has the beds like." He's like, it was like you walked into the 1950s. He's like, it had like the water basin and like the bedspread and all the pictures, everything. The Catholic priests didn't want to bring anything out of the room because they were afraid the objects could be. So they just sealed it off. And like all the stuff is still in it. And he's like, "Man, it creeps us out. Everyone's scared to go up there to get their bikes." That's wild.
That hospital, it was open up just till a couple of years ago, and it still looked like everything was just 1950s. Nothing's been upgraded. The tile was gross. Everything was just.
Oh, you've been in
love
this
to go
place?
up there, dude.
Yeah, we used to do. I'd go down there for when I worked with the eyeball place and do surgeries, and they would do it there, and it was a whole different world. But they always had the state would have to be in there inspecting everything because there's something went awry, you know. So they were always in trouble with the state, and they eventually lost their deal.
Would you guys go up there?
No.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I would.
You wouldn't?
No, my friend Joey was also a security officer at SLU, and he sent me a video one time of that room. And no, I'm not going in there. I told you guys that story about me at the Fox playing with the Ouija board, doing the seance, and doing the haunted tour there with the Dave Glover show. He used to do a Halloween show live from places, and he invited me as a guest. And I felt like a bad spirit stuck to me and followed me home. I just had like a string of bad luck. Felt an ominous presence. It was not good.
And it was around Halloween?
That was around Halloween.
Are you sure it wasn't in your head? See, I don't buy any of this stuff.
Oh, I do.
I'll go up there.
That's him talking.
That's good. I mean, no, I would love for you
I
to
would
do
go.
that. But I'm choosing not.
I'm into that. I'm surprised by that. You're so
Yeah.
into like paranormal stuff. Like I feel like you would be my like
Ghost hunting.
most likely
pal.
partner to go.
Nah, there's certain places I just won't go. You know, like I'm fascinated by the Paris crypts where they have all the bones.
Yeah, we went there,
I'll go down there.
but it was raining that day, so they sold out. We went all the way there, and we're like, "We're here," and they're like, "Sorry, we just sold out." Like,
Yeah.
no.
What about all these haunted tours in New Orleans?
I've done those.
Feel anything?
No, I did like the murder tour. I've gone to Alton to do a little ghost tour there. There's something different about that. I really feel, and it's because I'm like a true believer of spirituality. I just believe that, you know, possessions are real. And I feel like I'm kind of a vulnerable spirit too. So like I don't want the Exorcist demon to come up on
Next
this.
thing you know, you're possessed.
That's what I mean. I don't want any of that.
Bring some of your crystals. You'd be
I
fine.
do. I always got them on me.
I'd lose a lot of weight, though.
To what?
She
To
threw
throw
up.
at them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do we know that bullets don't work on ghosts? I mean, has anyone really
I don't know.
tested
It's a good
that?
question.
You need the
I mean,
slime.
Yeah.
What about Molly Crenshaw's grave? There's another legend. This is out in St. Charles. And depending on who you ask, you're likely to get a different story about Molly Crenshaw. She was usually either a witch whose body was buried in separate graves, leaving the pieces to try to wiggle back together over time, or she was a woman who committed suicide after she lost her hearing. Either way, the story is sad, but her various legends have inspired teens out there in St. Charles to seek out her grave for more than 50 years.
Wow. Now I will do that. I'm going to Salem next year. I got a planned trip with my mom. A trip planned with my mom and my sister, where we're going to go see all the Salem witch trial stuff because I'm fascinated by that.
Yeah.
And that is like my jam. You know, those are my ladies.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, and so I would go see this Molly Crenshaw chick's grave. I haven't done that. Maybe I'll do that for Halloween this year.
Well, they're trying to find Molly Crenshaw's grave.
Oh, they don't know where it
No,
is?
they don't know where it is.
Well, it says
go
it's
find
she's buried in a lot of locations.
Separate graves
Chopped her
is
up.
one story, or
You're okay going to Salem because that's where they said that they saw ghosts, where they didn't, and killed people
and
for
kill
it.
people for it.
Yeah, I'm down
They
with
also
that.
make cigarettes there.
Well, I feel like the witches were very misunderstood, and it's just kind of fascinating history. And like, if you go to DC, there's a museum there called the Newseum, and they have the 1700. They have the actual newspapers from the Salem witch trials, like preserved in glass that you can go and read. It is bizarre and fascinating and incredible. It's just a part of our nation's history too, and the history of women. And I just find that amazing.
Well, so the
But
witch trials.
It wasn't the basis of it, though. There were no witches ever. It was just an easy scapegoated.
Hey, if she drowns, she's not a witch.
Yeah, fear tactics to get rid of whoever they wanted to.
Yeah, that's a part of the belief. But there is a belief that there were witches. Like if you go watch the movie The Witch, the reason that movie is so freaked out, like that movie I think it was an Ari Aster film that came out in 2017. I went to the Tivoli to see it in an empty theater essentially, and the whole movie, and you find this, and spoiler alert for anybody that maybe wants to watch it, you watch this crazy movie that takes place in the 1700s with pilgrims and whatnot, and at the very end of the movie, you realize the entire movie is based on journals from that century, based around a witch that was in the woods, these like plight of pilgrims that were trying to colonialize like different parts of the U.S. But there were still Native Americans everywhere. There was a woman in the woods that was like eating babies and crazy stuff. Like it's just wild. And you find that out at the end. It was like this whole movie was based on
the journals.
history. Wild. I love it.
Well, so the Salem witch trials, all right, you've been convicted of being a witch. Hey, if you're not, then when we throw in the lake, you'll drown. But if you are a witch, then you'll.
Yeah, same thing
Pop up.
happened in Edinburgh. They were throwing these ladies off the castle because it's on the top of the wall, and the whole float thing was like whatever. If you floated, you survived or something like that. But the fall killed them most of them anyway.
Kind of a lose-lose.
It was and that's what it was designed
By the way,
for.
you're
You float, you burn.
That's
You
the
sink,
whole
you drown,
thing.
but you're cool. Awesome. What a wonderful. You would love the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, by the way, I think.
Yeah.
That's a cool little hippie town in Arkansas, and they have like a haunted hotel. And they have like a little Polaroid picture book in the lobby where there's orbs like floating around
I'm
people,
I'm
like all
down for
kinds
it.
of stuff. You'd love it there.
You should do. You should just go up with a band that you know that's playing at the Rave in Milwaukee.
Yes.
It is a wildly.
The
Yeah, but
Rave?
that's
The
isn't that
Rave
the
is-
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah,
It's
so
the same neighborhood.
So it's catty corner from the hotel that he used to take people in. There was tunnels that went from the venue to the hotel under the road that he would take some drunk folks back to the hotel and whatever. Never mind that.
I think that's way different than like an urban legend.
No.
No,
I'm
if
getting
you're
there.
in there, it's
so
wild.
this building has 3 different venues in it, and in the basement. So originally it was like a giant men's club YMCA thing, and at the top there's this huge ballroom called the Eagle's Nest, and there's pictures from like the 20s and 30s of this place just filled, and it's incredible. On top of that is a dome where they had like the lighting and all these different things in these huge rooms with strange things. Some of them are like miniaturized rooms and whatever. So that's just the roof with these spiral staircases that go up, and nobody's there when the bands are setting up or whatever. So you can just wander and find crazy places. But in the basement, That was also turned into a speakeasy during Prohibition. So there's all these hidden spots behind bars. There's these hidden places where they would have alcohol storerooms and different things. And there's a pool underneath when it was a men's club. There's even huge, it was supposedly run by Nazi organizations because there's like all these eagle
That's the
things.
eagle thing, the big eagle tile.
There's these huge eagle tilings and different things. But there's also in the basement, and it's total weird catacombs of showers and basement things, and there's a pool down there that they said a young boy drowned in the 1920s, and it's haunted by this boy. And it is one of the creepiest places.
I bet. Sounds
Beyond that, you
wild.
go under the pool, and there's a boiler room where you can see into the pool from the sides. Guys, this is one of the most wild and creepy places you will ever
It's called
be.
the Rafe or the Rave?
The Rave.
The rave.
Okay.
You got
Rafe.
the Rafe next to you.
I have the Rafe and I have the Rave.
Yeah.
But it's legitimately, if you walk through there and you're told any one of these dozens of stories about the history of
Yeah.
this 200-year-old building,
But I do want to apologize
you will feel it.
to the specters that were in there because I had strep throat and I couldn't work, so that I found a hidden room and just laid down and was
You died in there?
pretty much. I was sweating and I was so gross, and so some ghost in there got really sick.
You
let me-
will
Forgiven.
feel
Let me say one last thing.
those feelings.
Because so you said spiral staircase. So in addition to all these like wild kind of darker types of places that I like to go, I also, whenever I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico, you know the Loretto Chapel?
No.
So this is like a very it's a Roman Catholic church in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and the whole idea of this staircase that was built, it was built essentially without nails, and it's like one of them. It's a miracle staircase that like the sisters and the nuns.
Yes.
And apparently like Jesus had a part in building it or something, and I was like, I gotta go see this staircase. And they have like a tour that you can do and pay and donate
Did
to
you
the
do it?
church. I did, and I got to see it. It was incredible. I mean, so there's kind of like darker spiritual things, and then there's these beautiful light spiritual things that I like to go see. I don't know. I love it all. I think it's
Me
amazing.
too, dude.
Tis the season.
Did you guys ever?
Yeah, check it out.
There's the staircase.
No nails.
No nails.
It looks like
No
a
nails.
slide.
That's
Unless I
beautiful.
can see this at the Magic House.
The Loretto
You see the
staircase.
seams, so that's interesting.
Who was saying, Rafe?
We just loved, like, we were just little country bumpkin kids that would, like, if there was an old empty farmhouse,
You made up a story.
we just
there was
we
a
went
legend.
in it. We were ghost hunters before. I could be so rich right now, dude. We took my friend's mom's over the show, like the dad camcorder of the early 90s.
With the big VHS.
The RCA where the VHS tape went in the side. And we would just dress up in camo and we'd go in these old farmhouses with these like urban legends. And we'd be like, just scaring each other, you know, like we're in there, like just doing what these ghost hunters do. They don't ever
Yeah.
find anything. I'd be like, dude, check it out. This electrical wire hanging down is in the shape of a noose. That's crazy.
Well, there we go. Look, you know, we're reviewing the footage and we see spirit orbs. You're like,
Yeah.
listen, dummy, it's a dust.
Dust.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like we did all that before that was on TV. Like me and my three friends would go out, just desperate to find it. It's just that kid adventure
looking
thing. dude.
for
You-
adventure.
You just want to have
So
an
much
adventure
fun.
when you're a kid. But we did get. I mean, it's spooky. We'd go in old barns, like old abandoned farmhouses.
We'd scare each other.
Yeah, there'd be like the meat hook would be swinging,
Yeah.
and we'd be like, dude, there's no wind.
It's
Whoa!
when kids use their imaginations
Yes.
to do stuff.
I know.
Yeah, we would scare the dog crap out of each
Yeah.
other. Everybody, but you did get spooked.
This stuff is
Because you get, it's like Moon said, like your adrenaline kind of gets going. You have to have that, like, you do have to kind of have courage because everyone's freaking everybody out.
You got to bow up and be like, I'm the most
Yeah.
dangerous thing in here.
Well, this area, the St. Louis area's got a whole bunch of these places. So it's the season.
Stiefel. A few years ago, Jeff and I got invited to go ghost hunting at the Stiefel in the Peabody, and they let us have full reign of everything, and that was really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you get to go in these back rooms up there that are just covered in dust, and no one's been in there for ages. And there's
Yeah, if
one that had
something's
like a homeless
old and covered in
encampment.
dust, everybody just assumes it's haunted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But it was cool.
Brett
There's
Hull
rooms
pop
up there
out
no
from
one's
underneath.
Yeah, surprise. Gloria. Anyway. That was Fox 2 did that whole Bubblehead Road thing, which I thought was, and the
That's
Bubblehead
cool.
family. Again, with the roots of, some kid had a big head. And people harassed this kid.
I know.
They harass the whole family.
Harassed the whole family, the
Still-
Bubbleheads.
We're still doing it.
Couple stories I saw yesterday and this morning. I just want to and I just want to highlight. If you are going to rob somebody, rob a store, Texas probably not the best place to do it.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like in Texas, you hope the cops come for you.
It's a Wild West type of feel.
Because swamp justice is doled out
More frequently?
in Texas than anywhere else. The story, and I had Moon get the mugshot ready. Pizzeria employees in Texas took justice into their own hands when a guy tried to rob the restaurant last week. So this kid, I say kid, 19 years old, Richard Curtis, he walked into a Marco's Pizza, and Marco's is a chain.
Yeah.
I've never had it, but here actually it's pretty good. As far as all the pizza chain restaurants, Marco's pretty good. So we walked into a Marco's Pizza in Austin around 7 o'clock last Thursday. Approached an employee. Richard slipped the worker a note reading, "Don't say ish, empty the drawer." He then showed the employee a gun in his waistband. So he didn't draw the gun. He's like,
Brandished.
pulled up his shirt and said, got a gun here. Big mistake. So the employee grabbed the suspect, put him in a chokehold, while his coworkers then came out and they called the police. So while the employee and Richard were fighting, the manager of the Marcos lifted Richard's shirt up, took the gun from his waistband. The manager then tried to shoot Richard. The gun didn't fire.
Oh.
Seeing that the gun wasn't working, the manager then pummeled Richard with the handle of the gun.
Pistol whipped him.
And I have his mugshot, and that is a result.
Oh man, he's got a bridge piercing too between his eyes.
Rafe,
Damn.
that is the result of swamp justice.
Yeah.
They kicked the crap out of this.
Yeah, you know what he looks like? Bubblehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a bubblehead now.
Because now he is swollen.
So, and
Ledger.
it gets even, I don't know, worse for the kid. So the manager's pistol whipping him with his own gun.
Yeah.
At one point, the manager grabs a knife and he says, "Hey, Richard, do you prefer prison or death?" And I guess he chose prison because he stopped and then waited for law enforcement to come pick him up.
Damn. This manager is like next level. I mean, I don't think this is just Texas. I just think this is this
Security.
man. Yeah,
This is like History of Violence with Viggo Mortensen, where they
I mean,
come into
this
the
is-
diner and you find out he's like ex-mafia or whatever.
I mean, this kid's, I just first saw the mugshot and I go, what happened to him?
Also, very impressive that they pistol whipped him, but did not ruin the piercing. You know,
Yeah, he's got one of those upper nose, like, what do you call that?
I
In
think
between
it's
his
a bridge.
eyes.
It's a bridge piercing. The very top of your.
Well, a
Sinuses.
series of bad choices in this kid's life.
And he went to the
Probably didn't just start with that piercing.
one pizza place that is a witness protection guy that some former amazing killer and all this, and he's pretending to be a manager.
Right, Liam Neeson.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
been waiting,
Liam
he's-
Neeson.
He's been waiting to engage with trouble ever since.
I got it. Now I have to move again.
Well, you try to rob a place and you show that you're not holding that, you just show it.
That dude's fight or flight kicked in, and it was fight.
It was fight.
I like it.
Swamp justice.
Yeah, and
Doled out.
honestly, that dish was served right on time. Especially you got to be careful with it. The knife and the want to live or die thing could have been a bridge too far. But
Too much?
Well, if you
Here's
killed
the
him,
thing.
cool line you have to say.
It's a cool line.
Cool ass line.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Prison
give it to him. And
or death.
here's why I'm giving it to him. The kid kid pulled the trigger. So at that point, it went from like a kid coming in.
No.
the kid did not pull
No,
the
the
trigger.
kid did not
He
pull the
never even
trigger.
pulled the gun.
He just
Oh,
brandished
I thought you said
the
this
weapon.
gun didn't
The-
work.
the
Yeah, the
manager-
manager tried to shoot him, but the gun didn't work. And then when the gun didn't
I
work,
thought
he
the
just
kid
used the
tried.
gun to beat the hell out of the kid.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy tried to kill him 1.5 times.
Maybe not kill him.
What do you
Maybe
mean?
just shoot him in the leg.
No, you don't. I don't know, man. You don't fire a gun without the intention of killing somebody.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's going on here.
That's
Well,
why.
yes, you do know what's
I
going
know
on.
what's
The
going on
guy
here.
then pulled a second weapon and said prison or death. We know exactly what's going on here.
That's
This guy was
true.
trying to kill the
You're
assailant.
assuming.
They offer
What?
Barry
That
out
was the
there.
joke, the death joke. Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
I was
Well-
just putting it in his head to not come back. I've never seen a story where we know, exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
Let
or
me
the
ask
gowns
you.
going through their heads.
I'm assuming nothing happened to the manager. Someone
Was that
just,
wind
The,
chimes?
sound like someone just came into
Authorities are
someone
actively
just came into our Etsy store.
It's haunted.
authorities are actively investigating the incident.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what they're saying.
Is that the Texas officials texting you?
Yes, Texas officials are texting me right now. A stupid Ring doorbell went off.
Okay.
Oh,
That's fine. Story out of the UK. Now, listen, we're all unique individuals, but some of us are more unique than others. Doctors in the UK announced the second ever recorded case of triphalia.
Triphalia.
Whoa.
Triphalia.
3 wieners?
3 wieners.
That's when you try and you fail 3 times.
Nope, it's 3 wieners.
Wow. It's like a hand down there.
That's when a man has not 1, not 2,
It's a banana hand.
That's a banana hand.
but 3 units below the belt.
Wow.
Triphalia literally means triple penis.
Wait a minute. I have so many questions. So
that's an Uno card I wish existed.
are all of the peni the same size, or do we have varying degrees of
No,
peni?
and it's funny. I was almost disappointed by the end of the story
Oh, no.
because the doctors only found out about it after the guy died. He was 78, donated his body to science, but not because of the triple wiener thing. Only one of them was normal. The other 2 were internal. Like you couldn't actually see them.
Like hemorrhoids.
And they weren't functional. So it's possible he never even knew.
He didn't
They
know.
do think the 2 extra appendages may have caused issues like UTIs and erectile dysfunction.
Is it like twins and stuff where the one penis ate the other 2?
Right.
Well, it's possible that none of his 3 units worked because this man was cursed with 3 penises.
Unfortunate. I wonder when the main one would become erect. Would they all? And would it feel painful?
And would it look like 2 really weird goosebumps?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm imagining Frank from Donnie Darko, the bunny. Like the 2 ears of the bunny were the internal penises, and then the rest of his face was like the main dong. That's just where
Well,
my
we've heard of,
imagination's
and we
going.
told a story about a woman with 2 vaginas.
Of course, we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
She had a left one and a right one.
Right, and she saved one for her husband.
One was for her husband, and the other was for, she was an OnlyFans chick.
Yeah.
Even diphalia is rare, which is 2 penises. There's only been around 100 recorded cases of it worldwide.
Interesting. And the man died, and that's how we know.
The man died, and that's how we know. Donated his body, and now we know the man with 3 penises.
Yeah, when I died, please check my brain for CTE and my wiener for
Multiple
triphalia.
dongs. What's the creepiest way a guy could hit on you?
You know what? By airdrop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Like
a nice one.
sending you just taking a guess at, because I think it says on my airdrop, like, Lern's airdrop, or it's probably need to rename it, and sending me, like, a D-pic or, like, his number via airdrop.
Can't you make it private? Like, only your contacts could see?
I guess. I don't know.
Somebody airdropped you a wang and a number?
No, I'm saying that would be the creepiest.
That would be the
Oh.
creepiest way. I think I got something that trumps that.
Okay.
Slide out from under your bed.
Hello.
Just wanted to say,
Hello.
I'm really into you.
You look radiant.
Call me.
Knock,
No, something not illegal.
Oh.
so it's not knocking on a stall door.
Well, I mean, like putting a note on my car, anywhere, any of my
Okay,
property.
that's creepy.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Yeah.
Like, you're hot. You're walking into Schnucks. I noticed you. Here's my number. Like, no thanks.
Yeah, imagine being at your house, too.
Off.
Even worse.
Off.
Notice you walking in your home.
Yeah.
Wish I knew.
Ba
you.
va voom, give me a call.
Yeah, or I followed you.
Right.
I followed you from Schnucks.
Just want to talk
That's
to
it.
you.
That's the winner. That's the creepiest.
That's
Yeah.
the creepiest.
Yeah, I think that's creepier even than this one. This is still creepy, though. A woman is saying a random guy at the airport got her number off her luggage tag and then hit her up.
Gross.
So a guy got her number off her luggage tag and then sent a text saying she was cute. Here she is talking about it.
I'm sitting there on my layover, and I get this text. Hi, Kristen. That's not even my name. I saw you and thought you were so beautiful, so I had to find a way to talk to you. I saw your number on your luggage tag and decided to text you. I promise this isn't as weird as it seems. Give a guy a chance. If you wanted to talk to me so badly, why didn't you come up and talk to me like a normal human being? I have no idea who this guy is, and I'm also extra weirded out because I have my address on my luggage tag, so he could potentially know where I live now.
Oh, man.
Ew.
The vocal fry at the end is terrible. I know, but
Leave her alone. Like, it's creepy as
hey,
hell.
listen, he shot his shot.
What a dumb shot.
No.
That's not a shot.
Yeah,
No.
We're not going to call that shooting your shot.
No.
That's weird, man.
That is weird.
Almost sounds like a random, like, spam or junk mail type
I know,
thing.
that's what I was
You know what I'm saying? Especially if they got the name wrong.
Right.
Or this is just rage bait, bruh.
That really
Could
happened.
be.
Nah, that sounds like something a guy would do. Guys,
I wouldn't put it past a man.
so
do
many
that.
weird things I've heard. Like, I mean, dude, I've had friends show me, like Uber drivers, risking it all. And that's so crazy because you're in their car.
Oh, an Uber driver hitting on a passenger?
Afterwards, yeah, like
Oh.
hitting them up later and being like, hey, got your number off the app.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You
But I
rode
thought,
my...
but I thought they don't have the number. I thought that was like a thing that goes through the app.
Maybe that's now.
Maybe they could
Message
just
you?
message you.
on the app.
Oh,
If you forgot something, you know, like
I
they
don't
gotta
know.
get
I think there is something in place for that, for the safety of the passengers.
I've heard so many stories about it. There has to be some kind of thing going on. Or maybe they can only see it when it's active.
Yeah.
You know what, though?
But if they save it or screenshot it, you know.
I was reading an article the other day that was talking about how lonely everybody is and how we're all in our bubbles, we're in our phones, and we're not interacting, no interpersonal communication. Like, nobody's talking to each other like strangers. You know, we're all avoiding. And it has to be really difficult to interact with people these days. And we're so awkward now as a society that people think something like this is romantic. I'm not giving the guy a
Yeah, they
pass
saw
at
it in a
all,
movie.
But I'm just saying, like, he's probably thinking, well, how else am I supposed to tell this woman she's
I don't know.
beautiful?
Go talk to her.
Right.
A lot of luggage tags out there that have little,
This-
like a slap of leather or something that's over the thing that, you know, you should have it covered up anyway.
This
I'm not saying,
November
I'm
on
not
the
victim
Hallmark
blaming.
Channel.
Yeah.
Luggage tag romance.
This Christmas season on Lifetime.
Lost luggage.
Maybe this happened.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
it didn't happen.
better,
Maybe it is
much better
rage bait.
title.
There's
Luggage.
another story that's going around that may or may not be rage bait.
Luggage
'Cause
love.
I can't see anybody being this stupid.
Okay.
So a woman in Montclair, New Jersey, posted a video that if it's real, maybe she should have deleted. That's why this is so dumb, and she put it up on her website or her page, which is now actually private. That I can't see this being real.
Okay.
So she saw a bunch of small Israeli flags strung up outside of a business, and she tore them down while yelling there's genocide going on in Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
But then an employee came out and said, hey, these are not Israeli flags. They're Greek flags,
Oh, they're like the blue and the white.
the blue and the white.
Very similar.
I don't see how anybody could be this stupid.
Well,
Here's this interaction.
I'm taking this down. What are they gonna do? They can't do nothing. I don't stand for this. There's genocide. I don't support it. This is not okay.
This is Greeky.
Who's this?
This is Greeky.
What?
Greeky.
Oh, I thought it was Israel. My bad.
Nobody could be that stupid, right?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
I mean, we
Yes.
can. Nobody knows anything anymore.
That's not even a shock.
It's a similar blue and white, and most people don't know anything. Most people, even the ones that are intense about certain subjects like this, if you say, show me Greece on a map, show me Israel on a map, I mean, they don't know. Most people don't know. They're just reading headlines, man.
And it's a very complicated issue, too, that goes back.
Okay,
a
maybe
million years.
maybe I could understand you not knowing the difference.
Well,
First of all, tearing them down is an a-hole thing, but then posting it, or then posting this like this is a win.
yeah.
That's your rage bait right there.
No, I mean, I think if you put 100 flags on a poster, just randomized them, and told people to name them, I bet you they couldn't name more than 5. It's just not a thing that I think is very important to people.
Well, and they see, both flags are, 2 colors, white and blue.
Blue and white, they both have horizontal bars, and one has a star, one has a cross.
Yeah.
I bet you that's easy to confuse for many people. I'm not saying it's easily confusable, but I also know what the flags look like, and I know that.
Well, and the fact that she posted this, like, that's a win for me.
I just love the idea, too, of tacking a business here in the U.S. that is not even over in any of that area.
Right.
You're still attacking them with violence to say, I hate violence.
What if it was what if it was Israeli food? What if it's a place serving Israeli food?
Right.
And they're from Israel.
Well,
Huh?
yeah, well, that happened.
That's pretty smart.
It's,
World's a damn mess, you guys.
Interesting times.
Yes.
yeah, but there's so many people that do that kind of stuff. Like, they read a Facebook post, and that is the deepest dive they're getting.
It's the truth.
That's as deep as they're going, and their opinion is completely based off of that. And then they go out and they're like, well, I'm going to make my own content. I'm going to virtue signal or whatever. And I'm like, believe all that stuff, but like, go do the deep dive. It is a complicated history.
The fact that she was doing this and people inside are like, hey, why is this woman tearing down our flags?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's a Greeka. It's a Greeka.
It's a Greek.
That's just what someone from
We
Israel
make
would say.
euros.
And she even went, what?
Wait. Listen to the guy
what?
come outside.
No.
Thick accent.
I'm taking this down. What are they gonna do? They can't do nothing. I don't stand for this. There's genocide. I don't support it. This is not okay.
This is Greek.
It's a Greek.
It's Greek.
It's a make a yogurt.
Tzatziki. Come on.
genocide.
Come on, my friend.
Genocide.
It's a Greek.
My friend. What are you
My
doing?
friend, come in. It's a Greek.
Poor guy, dude.
Well, and the video, you see the confused look on his face. He's got an apron on and everything.
Oh, man.
It's a Greek.
I'm just in here putting hummus on his pita, you jerk. Put the flags back up,
Who's
please.
this?
This is Greeky.
What?
Greeky.
Oh, I thought it was Israel.
Oh, my bad. Get
Not
out.
bad. I bet he makes good food. Too. Do Greek restaurants
I love.
underrated?
It's the best.
Love Greek
It's the
food.
best.
Love it.
My old the
get
guy
enough.
who owned the bungalow Tim and I used to rent in Maplewood was Greek, and he like worked at this Greek restaurant, and we go in there all the time. It was just the best damn food, and you forget like you always want tacos and stuff, which is amazing, but don't sleep on Greek food if you haven't been in a while.
If I walk into a place and there's like meat just rotating on a spit,
Yeah, dude.
stand there.
The nice thing about Greek food is whatever you get, you're going to love the actual food experience, and then it makes you feel better afterwards.
Yeah, you feel light.
Yeah, all of the rest of all my other favorite food makes me feel great and then terrible.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But Greek food, you leave, and like an hour later, you're like, damn, I feel
So
good.
much
I
flavor.
can't get it. I'll never turn a gyro down. Never. Never, ever.
It's a Greek.
It's a Greek.
It's a Greek. It's a Greek.
A place called Cafe Nova opened on South Kings Highway, close to our house, and it's a little family-owned Greek. It's meat spinning. I love it.
Man.
It's good, man.
In the
Oh,
Greek kitchen, remember that place?
Oh, that was great. And they closed.
Yeah, they catered our wedding because everything else got closed down, but the lady who owns it is so sweet and actually catered us. so
Yeah,
it was
the Greek
awesome.
kitchen was great.
Somebody
It used
kept-
to be in Ellisville, and then they moved to Kirkwood, and then they're like,
Yeah. But now it's called
they're done.
Hungry Joe's, and I guess the same family maybe is running it.
Somebody kept ripping down their flags, and they couldn't. afford it.
It's a Greek. It's a Greek. All right, and Teamers Member of the Day brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Score $1 Hot Shots tacos when the Blues score 5 or more goals. Get in the game at hotshotsnet.com/blues. From Alton, Illinois, Jordan Bruce.
Yeah,
is
Jordan.
our Teamers Member of the Day. Jordan has been a fan of the Riz Show since the very beginning, has never missed an episode. He's grateful for the show being there for him through his first days of college, getting married, and having his first kid. Yeah, we've been on the air for a while. He loves the chemistry that's shared between all the crew and additions of both Lern and Rafe within the past year or two. Jordan is excited to be part of Team Riz and hopes to meet all of us at future Riz Show events. Jordan Bruce from Alton is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. Rafe, your buddy here yet?
He's here.
All right, so Rafe's buddy Gabe is coming in. You can see him at the Funny Bone
St.
at St. Charles this weekend.
All weekend long.
So Gabe is a St. Louis dude by way of, I think, Cincinnati now.
Yeah, he's got some Canadian roots, too. This man's from everywhere.
Is he a Greek?
He's a Greek.
He's not a Greek.
He's a Greek. Maybe. So Gabe will be here. We'll get into the Craigslist Freak of the Week thing. We have another round 2 matchup coming at you, and then we'll get into crap on celebrities. It is 7:13. It's Thursday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Highways are clear. Your point forecast chilly this morning with a high of 68. Right now it's 44 at the Point Studio.
How are you, good sir? It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, I'm doing well. We're trugging along on this tour, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, all right. How's the knee going, man? Are you doing okay? And I would assume that Josh has done a lot of apologizing since this all went down. But are you doing all right?
Josh is very sorry, and my knee is still kind of oozing liquid, but we'll be fine.
All right. It's fair.
Victory Men's Health. I came in a little early because I was so excited to talk to you about Victory Men's Health. Fellas, if you're not feeling yourself, tomorrow's payday. It's Friday. Take a little bit of cash, not a whole lot. I think a lot of times when you think it's going to cost all this money and you just can't afford it, you can, and your health is worth it. Go to Victory Men's Health. There's 4 locations. There's one in East O'Fallon. There's one in Sunset Hills. And then there's the one in Town and Country that the 3 of us partition together. And they got something, if you got something going on with your body and you're not feeling yourself, it might be something physically wrong with you. It's not just that you're getting older and that you're living in the Midwest and the depression of winter is setting in. You might have low T. You might have a vitamin deficiency. Whatever's going on with your body, go to Victory. They test your blood down to a microcellular level. They figure out what's going on. A doctor comes in, goes over all of your results with you, talks to you about what treatment plan would work for you, what's best for you. They go over everything with a fine-tooth comb, and they get you feeling back to yourself again. And they're your biggest cheerleader. They're there with you every step of the way because they care about your progress as much as you do. So don't wait. Schedule yourself an appointment at one of the 4 locations today. Go to victorymenshealth.com. That's victorymenshealth.com.
I'm seeing your bucket list here in front of me, Lern, and some of these are definitely achievable.
Yes.
Some of them I'm not sure about.
Sure.
Yeah, some of them are going to be tougher than others. The first one, let's just get into it.
Yep.
And, where we welcome feedback. If anybody can help us, put us on the path to make these happen, please let us know. Because it's all about love and helping each other, lifting each other up, checking stuff off. Here's a big one. See Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk, they're broken up.
They're broken up.
I don't
They
think they're ever
retired.
getting back together.
Right.
So,
But The Weeknd, even this weekend, or even this past weekend, The Weeknd, the artist, said the only collabs he will do in the future is with Daft Punk. So there could be something on the horizon.
what about a Daft Punk tribute act?
Yes.
What about a Daft Punk lunch? Like you're at the Rainbow Room or something like that, and you look over and you're like, oh my gosh, I recognize
Look at
those
those.
guys.
Just 2
Yeah,
guys
no,
in
I wanted-
helmets.
Those are the guys from
Because
Daft
it's
Punk.
see Daft Punk. You didn't say in concert.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me clarify. I would like to dance live to Daft Punk, those 2 guys, those French musicians. I want them to
All
be
they do
playing
is
music.
press and play on an iPad.
What if they stand
Exactly.
up at lunch and they go, bigger, faster?
All right. Okay, so see Daft Punk, that's on the list.
Or have
Next.
a Daft Punk dance party.
Yeah,
Whatever.
will you take me? I would love to see that show.
Thank you.
I
Yes.
would love to see that.
I like how
French-Canadian,
malleable
did you?
your bucket list things are. That's a very open and loving way to embrace the world. You've already dialed back your very first one, which
Right.
I love. But
And
you know what?
What?
You never know. Daft Punk, whatever, tomato. It's French. I believe it's Daft, but whatever.
October is the best time to buy new windows. It's getting cold. Your heating bills are going to be on the rise. You're probably already feeling it. And your house's old and damaged windows are just, they're letting out all the heat. They're letting your money just go right out the window. Get them fixed, man. That is a priority. This is your most important and your biggest investment in your home. So who would I call? Well, of course, Window Nation. Window Nation is not only the best, but they're family for me. My mother-in-law had her all of her windows replaced by Window Nation. Loved the experience and did a lot of shopping around. There's a lot of people out there trying to throw deals at you, but it comes down to quality. And Window Nation this October is not only going to give you a buy 2 windows, get 2 free, but there's no limit on that. Also, no interest or payments for 24 months. And again, 5-star review from my mother-in-law and 26,000 other customers. 5-star reviews. Huge. I mean, here's one. Albert says, great value, great product, and this great customer service. Hurry, this sale ends October 31st, so act before the offer ends. And this is the time to do it anyway. Don't pay more than you have to for quality windows. Schedule a fast in-home estimate right now. You can call them at 866-90-NATION, 866-90-NATION. Tell them Moon sent you, or go to the website, windownation.com.
Look, here we are, a Tuesday in St. Louis, Missouri, and I am joined by Luke from the Struts. Luke, how are you, man? Thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. How's it going?
I'm doing really good. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be back in your presence again.
Well, we have long, the station has been a long supporter of the band. I mean, you guys, it's been fun to kind of watch you guys grow as a band, and this new record, Strange Days, is absolutely fantastic. And I want to kind of hear a bit, Luke, of the backstory behind it, because from what I understand, you had a whole nother record ready to roll, then quarantine happened, and you guys made use of your time. Can you talk to us about that a bit?
Yeah, that's basically what happened in short. Towards the end of 2019, myself and Adam were both writing in LA and went home quickly for Christmas, came back out, actually made an official move to LA in very early January, and carried on just as business as usual. Then COVID started cancelling everything. So we had no tours. We had no shows. Everything was completely up in the air. So we decided, it was suggested to us, why don't we go into a studio and initially record maybe 3 or 4 songs just for the fans, forget everything else. And we had 10 days to do so. And I think we were just too excited because we walked out with an entire record, which was completely by accident.
That's a great accident. That's a very fortunate accident. Did you guys just get on a writing spree or an idea spree? Is that just kind of how that happens?
Essentially, yes. It was the perfect marriage between the excitement within the group and the manager, John, and a good solid couple of weeks leading up to it. I was writing tons and tons of lyrics and titles and concepts, melodies. Adam was banking loads of riffs. So what happened was we would just approach a guitar riff, which would then turn into a jam, which would then turn into something interesting. And then I would just tend to scroll through what I had lyrically and then start top lining. And yeah, we would just spend like 3 hours, 4 hours on an idea. And then once we had a good take, it was like, well, what do we do now? Let's do something a bit different. And the album was just made in these cool little steps.
And it sounds like, and what's so crazy to me in listening to that record, and correct me if I'm wrong, please do, but it's
car and your home insurance. Allstate has some great rates out there. Allstate, my agent, Tracy Bibb, and she says, listen, it's a hard insurance market, meaning companies are seeing a lot of rate pressure, so they're increasing. And these companies are also canceling people who've had accidents. Allstate and Tracy Bibb, better rates, and she can write the coverage for more situations, even when other companies can't write you. So if you're in Illinois, if you're in Missouri, reach out to Tracy Bibb and see how she could save you money as well as keep you covered. And she's going to work with you to make sure you have the right type of coverage for when something happens. Not if, but when. Unfortunately, we're all going to have a claim in our lifetime with either our car or our house. So when claims do arise, Tracy is going to make the claims process easy and quick. Get a hold of Tracy today for a non-committal quote. It's free. It's easy. 314-328-4260. 328-4260. It's no fib. You're in good hands with Tracy Bibb.
What's going on? It's Liv, and I'm in the Four Brothers Mead tent, joined by a few of the members of Papa Roach. How's it going, guys?
I'm great. I'm great. Good to be here. Point Fest again.
Yes, and I know
We're doing it.
you're a Point Fest veteran. This is my first one.
Oh, really?
And the guys were telling me, he's like, you know what? Jacoby one time came over here, took his pants off into the whole interview in his underwear.
Damn, I don't
So
even
you are a
remember that.
bit overdressed.
Damn. It's part of my,
Are we going to roll the clip?
Dude, I got to see this.
Back to the program, phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. Joining us in studio, Mr. Gabe Kea.
Hi.
Hello. Good to be here.
Nice to see you. Good to meet you.
Good to be here.
So you're St. Louis guy.
Born and raised.
Born and raised in St.
Where did I
Louis.
go to high school? No.
I wasn't going to ask that, but where did you go to high school?
Westminster. Westminster Christian Academy.
Nice.
This guy.
I knew a few people went there. Real nice guys.
Yeah. No
Westminster.
uniforms. No uniform. No locks on the lockers, too. That was
okay.
Oh,
just-
very trusting.
They're just
very
urs.
trusting.
Wow. They're just urs.
Too
Put your bag in
trusting.
the ur.
No locks on the lockers, huh?
I always used to say my older sister, she went to public school and she got in trouble for smoking pot. So my parents sent me away to private school. And I got in trouble for smoking better pot.
Ah, yes.
That's how that works.
Yeah, buying pot from the more affluent kids.
Yeah,
they got the
yes.
good stuff. Not that ditchweed. Am I right?
That's right.
Thanks, Mom.
No stebs and seeds at Westminster. Nuh-uh.
Nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best. Nothing but what part of town did you grow up in?
Chesterfield.
Wow, look at
West
this.
County.
Look at this guy.
Chesterfield and West.
Look at this guy.
And he rose up against all odds. Welcome back to St. Louis. Where are you from? Let's break you down demographically.
Yeah, and then we'll
we
shame
know,
you.
We know you now.
Exactly.
Yeah, now we know all about
We
you.
know you now.
And you're like, sorry about your mole.
Right.
And I did that in a Canadian sorry there.
Yes, so grew up in Chesterfield, went to Westminster, and then moved to Canada?
No, parents from Canada originally.
Oh, your parents are from? So what brought them to St. Louis?
Work in the 70s. My parents moved here in the 70s, and they've been here ever since. Great place to raise a family, right? That's what they say about Cincinnati, too. That's where I live now. Same thing.
Out of St. Louis, moved to Cincinnati.
Yeah, and then you go to Cincinnati, and people are like, where'd you go to high school? And you're like, oh, you do the same thing in this town, eh?
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what did your parents do for work?
My dad was a professional hockey player, played for the Blues.
Mm-hmm.
So you did not know that, I'm guessing?
I did not know that.
No, that
Rafe failed to mention that.
I like some stuff to be a surprise.
There's a surprise right
That's why
there.
I was pushing the from Canada thing to get you to ask about it.
Get me to ask because you're a big Blues fan, right?
Yes, I'm here by way of New York.
To be honest, if we had to guess, if you said my parents came from Canada and came down to St. Louis for work,
what else would it be? You're right.
now that we're thinking about
You're
it,
right.
good God, what idiots are we?
You're right. And nobody comes here from Canada for no other reason
No.
but to play for the Blues.
And then the only people that stay are people that played for the Blues.
Yeah.
Because they all live here now.
Okay,
Makes a lot of
everything's
sense.
fitting together now.
It really does
From
make
Canada,
sense.
Chesterfield, Westminster,
Yeah.
hockey player.
Duh.
I get it.
Aha.
I get it. What
We are
years did
fools.
your dad play?
He played 79 to 83. So he played for the Atlanta Flames before he played for the St. Louis Blues. Traded in 79. Played for the 80-81 team that was like really good team. They lost in the first round of the playoffs or something, but they were like best record in the league, and they're still pretty tight. All those guys on the team, I get to see.
Yeah.
I get to see them.
Oh, Blues alumni. I mean, that's a huge.
It's excellent. Bruce Affleck is the person that kind of built that in St.
Yeah.
Louis, and there's other people now, like he's passed the baton on, but growing up, that was the guy that kept us all connected as far as the Blues go.
alumni, I think even in the NHL, is probably one of the stronger alumni associations.
I can vouch for that 100%, just knowing how they treat me now.
So is it weird growing up, with a dad who was a professional athlete?
Yeah. Yes. There's some weird aspects to it, but it's very it's cool. You get to meet like a lot of your heroes, people that and then you kind of
it was always weird when I was a kid. I'd meet him in the locker room afterwards, and I'd be like, okay, this is awkward. Kid being in the locker room, and but meeting like people that you like looked up to your whole life, and just being like, okay, can you put a towel on, sir?
I would imagine being a kid of a professional athlete. There's a lot of pressure on you to excel at the same sport.
Oh yeah,
that your parents are professionals at. The elite of the elite. Yeah, it's hard to get in the NHL.
It is. It's
hard to get in the NHL.
And I'm not there. I'm at the Funny Bone this weekend. That's what we call the off ramp.
Were there expectations like, oh, well, you must be a good hockey player? I'm sure you held your own. You're a big dude.
Yeah. Well, growing up and you have that connection, that name sort of, you can get on better teams. You can get like people want you on your team because your dad's going to come and help coach and stuff. So all these guys and some of the guys like, Matthew Tkachuk, people that are highly successful in the NHL, they're also all around this. A big guy that helped out with the St. Louis alumni was Perry Turnbull, opened up his place at Queenie Park and like would let all the kids play.
They just redid that rink too.
Yes. I grew up there. I played there all the time.
They just redid that rink. It's nice.
Played with other kids that were, alumni kids. So it really brought the level of competition at Queenie up a little bit cool. Where he would let me play for free. He's like, yeah, just go jump on a team. And so it's pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
My son, when he was 8, played with Martin Brodeur's kid.
Oh, see, there you go.
For the St. Louis Rockets. And so he would come. I mean, this is the greatest goaltender of all time. And he would come to watch some of the practices and the games. And the dads, I would see them try to talk shop with him. And I would see his... And maybe I was just misreading it because I never went up to him. I always get very nervous around professional athletes. I will not approach. And he was just trying to be a dad.
Yeah.
And guys, and this is when he was, he played for the Blues, for 3 games? And then was like the assistant GM. And he wound up moving here. And his family, is here. And dads would like to talk shop with him.
Yeah. Talk GM shop with them.
And he would, he would be nice. But I could see, man.
He's like.
Yeah, it's annoying. I'm sure it's annoying. Riz recently got to step in and coach his kids' hockey team because the coach was late last week. And
last week.
He told a kid to get off the ice, and the kid just told him no. Yeah. And that was the end of his coaching career.
Yeah, listen, these are like 16U kids. I'm not a coach.
And they could tell. They're like, no, you're not. You're the backup coach.
They saw the fear. The coach was late. And he's like, hey, man, get on the bench for, until I get there. Period and a half.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
First shift change. All right, D, out. Kid goes, nope. I go, all right.
Okay. Sit down.
Stay out there.
I'll be over here.
Nope.
You're good.
I'm going to the bar.
Looked at me. Looked at me and said, nope. You're good.
But he's a hockey player. He probably said, no way, sir.
No way, sir. Yeah, exactly.
No, I say he saw the fear in my eyes.
Yeah, he knew he was dealing with.
And in between the first and second period, all the kids skated over to the bench expecting some kind of speech. And one of the kids goes, are you going to say anything?
You're like, let's go.
Your son's hand is in his face.
My son was mortified.
Yeah.
Never again, Dad. All right, kids, just put the puck in the net. Good. And then I see the coach walking around in between, in the middle of the second period. I go, oh, thank God.
Couldn't climb over the wall fast enough.
That's when you got to.
Thank God.
And when you find out you're doing that, you just got to YouTube hockey cliches, and then
I
just
didn't know.
Look at the YouTube thing, and they're like,
hockey cliches.
Oh, get it in deep, boys.
Here's hockey cliche. So again, I didn't know this was going to happen. This was like 5 minutes before the game. They're like, oh, you got to go. So the kids are warming up. They're doing the 3-minute warm up. The refs come over to the bench, and I go, hey, have a good game, Stripes.
Jesus Christ.
Stripes.
What are we doing?
So cool.
What am I doing?
Yikes.
He's working the refs early in the game. Look at this guy.
I know. Stripes.
What am I doing?
What's wrong with you?
Grab a beer afterwards, Stripes.
Nobody calls him Stripes.
I don't know. I think I might now. From now on, I love it.
I kind of like that.
He just looked and he goes, nope. And then skated off.
Oh, man.
Did Stripes happen before the kid refused?
Yes.
That might be what led to it.
Oh, you're right.
That might have ruined your credibility.
No, the kids didn't. They were out of earshot. They were warming up.
Oh, yeah. You got lucky there.
I got lucky.
Maybe the ref told him on the ice. He goes, hey,
You called me Stripes over there.
you guys got to talk to who is this sub coach you got? He just called me Stripes. It's pretty embarrassing.
There's no doubt the two refs talked to each other after that because they just skated away. I don't think they even acknowledged it. Have a good game there, Stripes.
So nervous.
They were just like, new guy, under their breath.
Damn it. Damn, I knew it immediately. Damn it. Why did I say that? Anyway, welcome.
Well, thanks.
Glad to have you on the show. St. Charles Funny Bone this weekend. Go see Gabe. Speaking of competition, we have something going on right now. A competition we like to call the Craigslist Freak of the Year. That's right. Craigslist Freak of the Year.
Buckle up, Gabe.
All right.
So here's the deal. All year long, we've been looking on various Craigslist websites. You know, now, here in the States, they don't do the personals anymore, so we have to go kind of international for these.
Mm-hmm.
So we find the freakiest of the freaky Craigslist ads. We've been reading them all year long. Listeners have been voting for their favorite freaks, and we are down to the Freak of the Year championship bracket. Going to find the Freak of the Year right now in our round number 2. So we'll read 2 ads based on listener votes. One of these ads moving on to the Craigslist Freak of the Year quarterfinals.
And we'll need your vote too, Gabe.
Okay,
at the end,
I felt like it was the final. Then I heard quarterfinal. I was like, okay, good.
It's quarterfinal.
Good. We're not that much pressure.
This is round 2, so one of these ads moving on to the quarterfinals. So
Huge.
Learn.
Here we
Learn's
go.
going to read the ads, and then we'll get your opinions, and then we'll open up the voting. All right, Learn. Freak of the Week, coming at you.
Pimple popper, woman for man, 27 years old, Halifax. I became obsessed with pimple popping videos a few years ago, and it has become my fetish, and I'm looking for someone with severe acne, boils, and blackheads to rail me out while I put the squeeze on you. LOL. The more gnarly and pus-filled, the better. I want to ride you and watch the white worms squirm out of your lesions. As your pus and gunk oozes and squirts, I will rub it all over my body. There's something in the texture that's become my obsession. I want to drain you dry. I will get hornier and hornier as I pop, and as your pustules and papples explode, so will I. I've looped hollow spoon instrument to pull across your blackheads, and just like a child making brownies, I want to lick the spoon. Yum. I want the filth inside you on me, and I will be your filthy girl in any way you like. Nothing is off limits, and no depravity is too wild. This is a two-way street. Serious and extreme acne sufferers, please need not only apply. Kisses.
All right. There we go. That is the first ad with a possibility of moving on to the quarterfinals. We called this woman Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones. Now, this is, of all the ads we've had all year long, has evoked more reaction from people in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And in my life, actually texting me going, I was dry heaving in my car listening.
Yeah, it's disgusting. No
I
kink shame, but
I threw up in my brain a little bit just
Yeah.
listening.
that's normal.
The fact this woman has a looped, hollowed out spoon,
Hey,
which you will then pull across your face.
That's an esthetician thing.
Yeah, that's
That's like a real
that's no
instrument.
big deal.
And then, just like a child making brownies, lick the spoon. And then saying yum after that really paints the picture.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Okay. And the fact that it's a woman, too.
Yeah, well, equal rights.
The fact that it's I think women in this, when we find their ads, I think they have a
Evolved.
special place
Yeah,
in people's hearts. Oh, in fact, we got 2 women today.
yeah, this is a big deal.
Where in Canada are your parents from?
Ontario,
Okay,
Okay.
so this is Halifax.
north of Toronto. Yeah, Halifax. I heard that and I was like, oh, Maritimes.
Yep.
I know the area.
Gross Maritimes.
All right, that's Catherine Zeta-Jones, and on to ad number 2. Learn coming at you.
Once in a lifetime sex experience, woman for man, 42 years old, London. I have a surgery scheduled in March that's going to keep me laid out in the hospital for a couple of days, and I'm taking this opportunity to have a little fun on the side. After my surgery, you will wash my whole body. Make sure you don't leave any crevice unscrubbed. Please lift my flaps and get in there real good. I don't want to get a yeast infection from the filth at the hospital. Once we get me out of the bath, we will wait for the nurse to come, change my bandages and my wound dressings. Next, you will need to rub me down with oil head to toe. Wear gloves so that all the oil gets absorbed into my skin and not into your hands. Pay attention to my flaps. After we get me all oiled up, you will put on my pajamas and then go down to the cafeteria to get me a snack, nothing garlicky. When you come back, the lights will be off. Now it's time for fun. I'm going to act like I'm in a coma. Then you need to mount me quietly and have sex with my lifeless body while also not trying to make a scene if we have any roommates or nurse staff in the hallway. I can sign a document of consent before we get this on the books. I want you to feel the freedom to go as wild and dirty as we possibly can while this opportunity comes our way. How often do people get to have sex in a hospital room after surgery? Not often. Everything is in play, including the dirtiest of all places. This will be a one-of-a-kind experience that we will never forget. Please send a photo and a little bit about yourself to get things rolling. BBW Ashley.
All right, there you go. That is our competitor from London, Coma Lisa. All right, so there you go. There are the two ads. You've got Catherine Zeta-Jones.
That is the filthy girl that wants your filth, being, your pus, basically.
Yeah.
Inside her, because she's going to lick the spoon after she drains your pimples.
Drains you dry.
Also, the loves watching the little white worms squirm out of your lesions. And you just heard from Coma Lisa. All right, so we need to endorse one of these ads to move on. Now, voting is open for you listeners out there at Rizzuto Show on Twitter. So, Lern, if you're to pick one of these ads to move on to the quarterfinals,
oh, Riz,
who will it be?
It is. It's Catherine Zeta-Jones for me. I like that Coma Lisa. There's a consent form. It's just kind of it makes me think of Kill Bill, but only with consent. So that's fine with me for some reason. The Catherine Zeta-Jones is so disgusting. It makes me want to gag.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Gabe.
Catherine.
One.
Well, I'm just saying that Catherine Zeta-Jones was beautifully written, good writing. Horrible. I cannot listen to any of that stuff and I'm literally throwing up when you're talking about all that. I don't know how people can be into the like you said, the little white snake squirmy worms. Oh my gosh, so gross. So I'm going Coma. I love the
Just
consent.
you don't have to hear the ad again.
Yeah, I can't hear that first one again. But the Coma, because I like you said, very she's talking about a consent form, and she's like, "I won't make you sign an NDA. Come on into this hospital bed." Yeah, I'm going with Coma Lisa.
All right, Gabe's going with Coma Lisa. Moon.
Man, I'm so torn. I'm glad I wasn't going first here. For one, I will admit, I like popping pimples. It's kind of cool. I understand why that show exists.
Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah, I get it. How it's been sexualized is so very confusing.
Yeah, let's take everything to the next level in this world.
It's also the whole eating it.
The eating, I mean, there's a lot of steps that I just can't get behind. But the Coma Lisa thing, dude, I hate to say it, Catherine Zeta-Jones is in a crew. Because we've come across these, across a half a dozen or a dozen of them.
She's special, though.
Yeah, she's special. That's why she's here in the playoffs. But I don't know, man. I'm so 50-50 here. Coma Lisa, dude, wants you to do all sorts of things in a hospital bed post-surgery. I mean, this is like horribly
Everything's
vulnerable.
in play, including the dirtiest of all places.
Also,
vulnerable and painful. Yeah, right? I mean, just like a lot of details with something. It's so...
Details? What about the other one with the details?
I know. But I'm just saying, like, I've read similar desires on Craigslist with the zits thing, man. I don't know. I'm so undecided. You guys tell me yours, and then
it's bigger than we think.
I'm going Catherine Zeta. I think this is bigger than all of us. I'm going Catherine Zeta-Jones because this woman has such a zest. Such a zest for this particular fetish.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's endearing to me.
Okay.
I'm hoping she moves on. Riz for Catherine Zeta-Jones. Rafe.
Yeah, I'm going to concur on CZJ. And for the same reason, Moon was saying she's part of a group. And I recently found out on a podcast CCR or whatever, or CNC is like a thing. I didn't know. It's called consensual non-consent. And it's like, there's a lot of these. A lot of people are into this. It's just like any kind of sex act where it's like, I'm consensually agreeing that we're going to role play a non-consensual encounter.
So, and we've had those before, like,
oh yeah, we had one
come
where,
over and pretend to break into my house.
Yeah. Apparently this is way more mainstream than I ever thought it would be, because on a podcast they were saying like 1 out of 10 people are like have
a break-in fantasy
or some sort of consensual non-consent fantasy, which is a crazy number to me. That's 10% of the population. So for that reason,
CNC Music Factory.
CNC Music Factory, dude. Who knew?
Now I get it,
dude. Who knew? And if you think about it, you think about some of the lyrics.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
I am volunteering to non-voluntarily hear this music.
No!
You're right.
Come on.
Jock jams for me.
All right, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
So Catherine Zeta-Jones, I think, is in a league of her own.
All right, King Scott.
Well, Coma wants us to rub her down with oil, and Catherine wants us to rub her down with boils. I think I'm going Catherine.
All right.
Moon.
All right, I guess I'll go mob mentality here, and I'll just succumb to your guys' your wills, and I will go Catherine Zeta-Jones.
All right. Gabe on an island.
God, totally. I just got, everybody just was like, no, this is a big thing.
Not wrong.
You don't know. But no, honestly, the way her description was written, if you're not into that, maybe she brings you over to that side, but not me.
Well, it's either Catherine Zeta-Jones or Coma Lisa moving on to the quarterfinals based on your votes. We've met our endorsements. It's up to you guys. This is probably the most important election you'll be a part of this year. Who's going to move on? And vote via Twitter at RIZZ Show, and we'll have the winner tomorrow when we sign on. Hey, before we get to crap on celebrities, I do want to shout out the hats of the week. Gabe, if you notice, we're all wearing different hats, and we're all sponsored by different companies. Mm-hmm. And these companies have made very generous donations to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital for us to wear their headgear.
Mine has not.
Yours is not.
You can do it, though.
But we'll start with Lern.
Yes.
Lern, your head is sponsored by.
Oh, yes. By State Fire Protection Corporation, protecting lives, safeguarding futures, our fire protection promise. Thank you for your donation to Cardinal Glennon.
Moon.
Accredited Roofing, building trust with every roof, excellence, authenticity, and community at the heart of every project. Contact Accredited Roofing today, 618-616-7515.
And thank you for your donation to Cardinal Glennon. Rafe Williams.
EcoFlow Gutter Solutions. That's right. EcoFlow Gutter Solutions. Reliable gutter solutions for every home, providing top-notch gutter installation, repair, and cleaning to protect your home from water damage. 618-866-5484 or EcoFlowGutterSolutions.com.
And my head sponsored by Ives Towing, 24/7 tow truck service in the southern St. Louis metro area. Emergency towing services and roadside assistance. Call 636-942-9989. That's 636-942-9989. So again, those four companies, thank you so much for your donations to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. All right, today is October the 17th. Back in the day, 108 years ago, in 1916, A Daughter of the Gods, starring swimmer/actress Annette Kellerman, premiered. And why is this movie a big deal? Daughter of the Gods back in 1916.
No.
The first nude scene in a major film.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Wow. The first nude scene in a major film. Sadly, no copy of this film is known to exist anymore.
Strange.
27 years ago, 1997, Warren G. regulated on Garth Brooks with a lawsuit alleging that our Garth had infringed on Warren G's trademark Circle G logo. And do you know what the outcome of this case was?
Regulators!
Warren G. tried to regulate, but they wound up settling. They eventually reached a settlement allowing both of them to use the letter G as their logo.
I like using the Regulate song by Warren G. for my own name. Just hit the east side on the LBC, trying to find this girl named Lauren E. Makes total sense.
How do you feel about that, since you could double as Garth Brooks?
As Garth, I've got Garth vibes.
You've never heard this before?
Have you been told
That you look
No.
like Garth?
Get out of here, brother. Come
That's
on.
awesome.
Now that you
Are
say
you
it, I
serious?
kinda
You
see
look
it,
like
yeah.
Garth minus 100 pounds.
Thank you for that. I've gotten Kevin James plus 100 before, but no.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I don't see Garth.
No, actually, someone said
Are
Kevin
you-
James because he used to be bigger. Now he's slimmed up, and they're like, "You're kind of like slim Kevin James," and I was like, "Is that a compliment?"
I don't get Kevin James. Garth, I can kind of see.
But Garth,
why.
I'll take Garth.
Let's see. I'm going to do a side by side right here.
Maybe it's the flannel jacket.
It's probably the ball cap
I
too.
don't think so. I think it's his face.
I'm gonna put that in the. I've got a folder of anybody that says I look like somebody. I put the picture in there
I
and
put that
just
in
add it.
as a win. It's a win.
Who are all of our doppels?
Every
Like,
comedian has that folder after the show. Where
Yeah,
you're like,
from they tell you
this
who.
is gonna. You think you're giving me a compliment, but this is gonna hurt. It hurts more often than it's good.
My favorite was the guy. Someone said the ghost, the guy from Ghost that was on the train that wanted a cigarette. He's like, "That's you," and I'm like, "That guy's crazy."
What a Ghost
Vincent
fan.
Schiavino.
Look at that. He knows the actor.
Yeah, I know
Vincent
exactly what you're talking
Schiavino.
about.
Vincent.
He's a weird looking guy, right?
No.
That's when I had hair, I guess. That's probably what it was.
Schiavelli is something, some Italian.
Sierra?
There is a Schiavelli,
Schiavelli.
American
Vincent?
actor. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
The ghost.
Oh my gosh, that guy! You talking about the dude from from?
He's in a million things.
He's in a bunch of
He's
stuff.
he's in Arnold's greatest movie, Last Action Hero.
He is in Last
He has
Action Hero,
passed.
Yeah. Yes, he has passed.
This guy.
This guy.
No.
Schiavelli.
Yeah,
No
someone
way,
said I
dude.
look like that guy. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" That's the one that like took me back. I'm like,
You just went back to the hotel and looked in the mirror, and you're like, "What's going on?"
Rafe, what do people say you look like the most? Or who?
Well, when it's good, it's Jeremy Allen White. When it's bad, one guy told me, he's like, "Man, you look like that actor." And I go, "Don't, just stop, man. This isn't gonna be good." And he goes, "No, Sean Penn." And I go, "Oh yeah, that's cool." And he goes, "His fat dead brother."
geez.
Oh, Chris Penn.
And I go, "Okay,
Oh, man.
cool,
Jeremy
man."
Allen White.
Anyway, enjoy the show.
Yeah, Chris Penn had some good credits. It's better than.
No, you don't look like Chris Penn.
No
dead
freaking
brother.
way.
Wait, is
dude.
that Rafe?
No.
It's me.
You don't look like Chris
There's
Penn.
the trick. We just pulled up my headshot.
Well, no, he doesn't.
No.
Maybe if I broke your nose or something.
You look more like Billy Zabka.
Yeah, the Karate Kid guy's one I get the most. Bad guy, 80s movie. I get
Yeah.
it. Bad guy from
William Zabka.
both Karate Kids. I've been told I look like the bad guy from Karate Kid 1 and 3, which is crazy because they're not the same guy. But they are kind of the same guy. You know what I mean? It's like a very generic 80s bully.
A very generic 80s bully. I like that. That's
Yeah.
That guy
and I
from
get it.
Karate Kid 3?
All right, so
when they're in
27 years
Japan?
ago, Warren G. and the Garth
Oh, that's
Brooks
two.
lawsuit. Also, that same day, I Know What You Did Last Summer came out, and The Devil's Advocate, which, what a great movie that is. I recommend revisiting that.
Oh, yeah.
It's Pacino, Reeves, and is Charlize Theron?
Charlize Theron, and one of the greatest Keanu Reeves moments in Devil's Advocate.
Maybe it was your time to lose. You didn't think so. Lose? I don't lose. I win.
I win. I don't lose. I win.
Canadian, Keanu Reeves.
I thought he's Hawaiian.
No, he's from Toronto.
Get out of here.
He was going to be a professional goalie, a professional hockey goalie, and he became an actor.
He's the most loved Hollywood person, don't you think?
I think so. And speaking of Canada, on this day, 26 years ago, 1998, 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies hit #1 in the U.S., where it stays for 1 week.
1 week. It stayed for 1 week.
No way.
That's great.
That's my one impression I do. I do the Bare Naked Ladies. Yeah, it's been.
Yeah,
That's my only
here?
impression.
Are they here right now?
Holy cow.
All right, that's what happened back in the day. Yeah, it's been. Oh, I may need to hear this one more time. Hang on.
Okay.
You didn't think so. Lose? I don't lose. I win. I do.
That is a two-horse race of worst Southern accent, Nicolas Cage in Con Air or Keanu Reeves in The Devil's Advocate, because they both waver in and out of it throughout the movie.
Win. You know, he was born in
I
Lebanon.
don't lose. I win.
He was born in Lebanon?
Yeah, born in
Beirut.
Lebanon.
Wow.
I win.
He rules.
I thought he was Hawaiian for some reason.
Hey, he's
Maybe I
wherever you
want
want.
him to be from Hawaii.
I know. He seems like he
think
is
there's some
Japanese,
partial-
too.
I think he does. I think he is. He has Asian descent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reeves. Duh.
Duh.
You ever see the video, or is it a still picture of him eating an ice cream cone alone on a park bench?
No, but I would like to see it.
Sounds like a good song title.
Sounds like a dream.
Sounds like my
it's a
perfect
meme.
afternoon.
His American father is from Hawaii and is of native Hawaiian, Chinese, English, and
There we go.
Portuguese descent.
He's
There it
literally
is.
everything we want him to be.
Yeah, he's all of it.
And he loves ice cream.
And he's the sweetest man.
He's
and he
eating
doesn't
ice
touch
cream in
women.
every shot that they have of him up there.
English mother from England, Essex.
That'd be awesome if you Google
What a mix.
image someone and they're just eating ice cream in every Google image.
That
They're
would be
like,
fun.
somehow I got it in there.
AI's giving us
Every
that.
image I've got ice
Whoa,
cream.
don't take a picture. I need to get an ice cream.
There's
cone
another
first.
picture of him eating ice cream.
Leave him
loves it, dude.
alone. He's
He
great.
loves ice cream.
Let him eat ice cream.
All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crowd on celebrities.
And we start with this Moon sent me this during a Jonas Brothers show in Prague. On Tuesday, somebody aimed a laser pointer at Nick Jonas, so he made the timeout hand signal, fled the stage. Luckily, nobody was training a gun on him. The show went on, but this is the day and age we're living in where you might have a laser pointer in a crowd and point it at somebody, and it's going to ruin the whole show. We're so afraid.
You know, some of my favorite stories are of people who should clearly know better, pointing laser pointers at airplanes,
Yeah.
and then getting arrested.
For sure.
Wow.
And they take it very seriously.
I mean, let's say you're a public performer. You've been doing it for a long time. You're pretty huge. You've probably already had half a dozen threats that you've had to take seriously. And now you're on stage and you get a little red dot. I've seen enough movies to go.
Oh, I know.
Goodbye.
I'm saying this. I mean, it's unfortunate.
Screw
that's
you, bro.
The
I'm
world
gonna
we're
sit.
living in.
Yeah, I'm in a country right now that I don't know the laws. I don't know what your gun protections are.
Where was
whatever.
this?
I'm
This is
getting
in
out of
Prague.
here.
Prague.
So a spokesperson for the arena said, quote, "We can confirm that the Jonas Brothers performance had to be interrupted for several minutes due to the use of a prohibited laser pointer by a person. The organizing service responded and acted immediately. After a few minutes, the band continued their performance and went back on stage. So luckily nothing was happening. Let me ask you this. Do you guys know how many active lawsuits Diddy is involved with right now?
Well, so that one
Give me
dude
a
added
number.
100.
More or
so-
less than lotion
No, I'm
bottles.
not talking about adding.
What?
Like
Over under. More
I hear
lotion
Johnson
or
and
more
Johnson is-
lawsuits.
Like-
Johnson & Johnson is suing him for all the baby oil.
active timeline of the most recent alleged crimes. So the racketeering, the sexual assault. Like I have a number because I went through, Vulture did a deep dive on each one of these cases, and then we have a new one to add today. 13 active lawsuits of the same
Like
kind
criminal.
of criminal lawsuits.
Criminal stuff. So, and he's being, I think you're also talking about the civil stuff, too.
Well, remember that one dude just brought 100 cases, or almost 100.
Civil
or something
cases,
like that.
yeah.
Is that what it was?
I
Civil
believe
cases?
so.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
He's even involved. I mean, his son is being sued by a woman who alleges that he abused her on a yacht, and I believe it was Diddy's yacht, and so he's involved in that suit. But this is another one. So
Dude,
just,
some of these wild stories of these like sex dungeons.
I know.
And like he had like stuff underneath his house.
yeah. This story I'm about ready to tell you, there's some graphic content. So if somebody is triggered by sexual assault, just, I guess, beware. As of October.
Why are you leaning in, Rafe?
As of October,
Rubbing his hands.
Sean Diddy Combs has 13 different lawsuits being pressed against him. And this is the latest one. A woman named Ashley Parham claims that Diddy raped her at a California apartment in 2018. Now, Parham had told Combs previously that she had thought he had something to do with the murder of Tupac on a FaceTime call. The following month, the person who called Diddy initially allegedly set Parham up when she was over at his apartment. Combs and his chief of staff, Christina, reportedly threatened her. Everyone then left except for Diddy and this woman. And then the complaint alleges that Combs held a knife to her face, threatened to cut her throat, and then he raped her with a remote control.
Oh.
So awful.
Yeah.
Very graphic. The complaint said, this is what happened. She went to local police to report the crime, and then she said she had mentioned it was Diddy. The authorities did not take her seriously whenever she went to the authorities immediately.
Nice.
Terrible. Let's lighten things up. Your weekly Jelly Roll news. Guys, Henry Winkler is such a big Jelly Roll fan that he wrote him a note telling him about how great he is. Then Jelly framed the letter and sent him a video saying, "Thank you. I'm absolutely honored. I can't wait to see you and hopefully give you a hug. I'm a big hugger, and I'll squeeze you." So
I'll squeeze you.
that'll lighten the mood. Gabe, do you have a pinball machine at your house or anything like that?
No, I'm not. I don't live in that part of Chesterfield.
Okay, well, just asking.
No.
By Amini's.
Yeah, go get one at Amini's. I don't know if Amini's is going to be selling this, but Metallica and Stern Pinballs have teamed up for a new edition of their 2013 pinball machine with Metallica Remastered. They've elevated the game to a modern era with gameplay, electronics, and presentation. If you want one of these limited edition ones, how much do you think this pinball machine is going
pinball
for?
machines are expensive.
They are. And this is a limited edition Metallica pinball machine. So how much?
15 grand.
15? Moon, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. Let's say, you know what? Because of the Metallica crap, I'll say a 20,000.
20? Gabe, what do you think?
I was thinking 8,000. He said 15. I was like, that's way too low, but I'll stick with my 8,000.
Rafe?
I'll go 25K.
25. King.
I was thinking 8,000, so I'm going to go 11,000.
Okay, well, the closest is King Scott with $13,000 is how much they
Dang,
have.
that's not a bad deal.
All right. You're very
I'll take
close,
it.
though, Riz. Jay-Z has extended his deal with the NFL, so if you're waiting on a Weird Al halftime performance, which I know you are, that's probably not going to be happening. It's not currently clear how much the new deal is worth, but per ESPN, the original deal was worth $25 million over 5 years, and so we imagine it's a little bit beyond that
What
with
does
inflation.
He do? He picks the artist?
He picks
books
the
it?
artist. Yes, he does.
For 25 mil?
Over 5 years, he got paid for that. What do you think?
Wait,
What's wrong
Jay-Z
with
did?
that? Yeah, Jay-Z.
It's hard to book stuff.
So
but
the
imagine
artists that
booking
played, that did the work, didn't
Don't
get
get paid.
paid, but
Right.
Jay-Z gets 25 mil to pick them.
He's like the entertainment, the guy, our friend Matt from City Park, who is the entertainment.
Matt Seebeck?
Yeah, Matt Seebeck. He is like the chief entertainment officer for the halftime show. That's essentially what Jay-Z
Yeah, but Matt
is.
does work.
I know. But so does Jay-Z.
Yeah,
He's hand
his
selecting and
assistants do a lot of stuff.
creating a whole vibe.
Rihanna.
Yeah,
Good, done.
Matt's
5 mil.
putting together daily things, and he's working these deals between all. Jay-Z has to go, hey, do you want to play the Super Bowl? And then they say, yeah, he goes, cool, the deal's done, you don't get paid. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a.
What a
Yeah,
gig.
Jay-Z's not running cable.
Well, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. What do you think actually goes
Maybe
into
laying
it then?
cable.
Did he?
Am I right?
Did he?
Am I right?
Do you think that because Jay-Z has been this person for the halftime show that we will only have hip hop, do you think that he will branch out? Like, I could see him bringing like a rock band, like AC/DC.
No.
I could see him
It's
going
gonna be
It's over for
pop
now.
and
hip hop from here on out.
Jelly roll? Jelly roll?
Maybe Jelly
Maybe
Roll.
Jelly Roll breaks in.
It's going to be no nostalgia acts. It's going to be.
What's his, and
Current.
who's he producing? That's the other thing, too.
Well,
Yeah.
Also, I'm sure he's getting money to have his name associated with.
For sure.
To have his name associated with the whole thing.
If it's nostalgia, it just won't be rock and roll.
It won't be rock nostalgia.
It'll be like the thing with 50
Eminem.
Cent and Eminem and all
Like
Dr.
that.
Mouse
Dre and
Krause
everybody.
station.
What if it was just Beyonce 3 years
It
in a
was,
row?
yes. That's
That
what
we're
he
like,
does.
everybody's like, oh.
They could do it.
Who's it this year? Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. Which I like.
Yeah, the last 5 years has been Rihanna, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige. Kendrick Lamar was also in that one, which is interesting. 50 Cent. Then it was The Weeknd the year before that. Then it was Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny. Then the week before, Maroon 5.
Yeah, Maroon 5 was,
It's the
but that's not a,
closest to like rock and roll I'd say you've gotten.
Closest.
Yeah, but they're saying that was
Travis
terrible.
Scott.
Like, as far as all those go, that was probably the lowest of the.
Yeah.
We like to forget we booked Maroon 5.
Yeah.
really.
Rest in peace to former One Direction singer Liam Payne. We found this out overnight that he died Wednesday, falling from a hotel balcony in Argentina. TMZ reports he was 31 years old. The gossip site said that they weren't immediately clear if this was intentional or accidental. Witnesses say before the incident, Liam had been acting erratic in the hotel lobby. He smashed his laptop, had to be carried back to his room. And police said in a statement that they were called to the hotel after being notified of an aggressive man who could be under the effects of drugs or alcohol. Hotel manager reported that he had heard a loud noise from the inner courtyard. Police found that a man had fallen from the balcony of his room.
I don't buy it. I hate to be this skeptic guy, but like balcony falls, nobody just falls off. You don't just. I was sitting on a balcony and I almost fell. Like no one sits on
Yeah,
balconies.
but if you're on drugs.
I'm just saying, man. I hate to be that guy, but if anything ever happens to me, especially
suspicious
involving
then.
a hotel thing, I didn't do it to myself, and it was not an accident.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't buy these things unless everything. I mean, show me the camera.
Show me the footage, yeah.
Show me the footage because.
Yeah, but
something
if he was
is
acting
afoot.
all erratically and they had to call the cops on him for being under the influence or whatever, He could have gotten, weird on his balcony and done something stupid.
Doesn't it take two people to throw a person off a balcony? Like you see that in movies all the time.
Not always. Remember, Suge was somebody was holding Vanilla Ice or something over a balcony.
Oh.
You guys remember The Rock? Sean Connery, all you need is a piece of string up your sleeve. No, it's easy to throw. You're right, though. I think balcony falls are like super suspicious because you can just say, "Oh, it was an accident," and you can't go back to the footage all the time and see the guy like bump into something.
Yeah,
perfect crime.
It was
Did
always
you hear him scream?
It was
though?
always in a private room, bedroom, so the hotels aren't going to have cameras or any of that kind of stuff. The best you're going to get is a hallway shot. But what about the shots from outside? I'm just saying that there's too many.
There's too many cameras now.
He fell into a courtyard, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be footage.
And somebody said, like, what if he did it on purpose? Well, Riz made this point earlier. Who's dumb enough to guarantee death after 3 floors?
Yeah, third floor jump. That's not a guaranteed death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to do it to yourself, you're not doing it off the 3rd floor.
I don't know. You can put your head down, go head first, and you either paralyzed or death.
You got to be really like messed up to be thinking like that, though.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Why
it'll
did I
hit.
just say that?
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
Well, anyway, we don't know what's happened. They're investigating it still. Hopefully one day
It's an
we will find
opportunity
out.
for every comedian out there that's a friend of mine to make like the worst, dumbest joke ever. The same joke is going around the internet.
Oh, what's the joke?
It's just like, which way did he fall? There's only down one
direction.
Oh my god! And it's so once you see a comedian do that, you just retired from comedy.
Yeah,
is that what you just
R.I.P.
did?
to your career.
Yeah, R.I.P. to
I
your
saw about
career.
50 retirements on my Twitter.
Did you?
I saw TMZ was getting heat. I guess they posted a picture of the body.
Oh my! Didn't see that.
Somebody posted the picture of it.
TMZ.
Like
The investigators.
hand or something like that. Like
I remember when Kurt Cobain was found and that footage of him, it was his body on the ground. I remember seeing that in 4th grade and being like, I couldn't believe that they posted that.
The Chris Farley thing?
No, Kurt Cobain.
Oh, I still haven't seen that. I didn't know.
they just showed us the bottom, right?
You saw his arm and his torso and his legs. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. The Farley
Burned in
one
my
lives in my
Farley
mind.
one is nasty.
I haven't seen that.
That one lives in my mind. It's bad.
I don't
it's
wanna see
bad.
that.
That's
Don't-
bad.
I'm just so thankful I haven't seen both. I'm like,
Good.
you're clean. You're clean on both of those.
Don't
Yeah,
look.
stay out of it.
Now someone's gonna pull them up.
pull it
no,
out.
no,
I'm not doing it.
no.
I'm not doing it.
Here they are. You guys are so funny.
No, the Farley one is bad.
It's horrible.
Let's move into some nostalgia, guys. Remember the toy that we all had called the Viewmaster? That was that little thing that you would look
Little
through
red
and
thing.
crank it and pop,
Yeah.
and it had
Yeah,
film of
sucked.
different
Parents
things.
still have it.
I loved it. Well, I didn't know that it was originated in 1939, and now it is going to get a movie made about it. Mattel is teaming up with Sony for what they're calling a 4-quadrant family adventure, whatever the hell that means. It's going to be live action, and it's going to be all about Viewmaster. So if you remember that old toy from the 80s, it's coming to the big screens.
Okay.
One of the worst Adam Sandler movies of all time, and I can report on this, is Jack and Jill, where he plays twins, fat twins, and it's absolutely horrendous. Walked
It's
out.
bad. I remember trying to watch that on a airplane and going, this is garbage.
It's terrible. Well,
It's up there with Sandy Wexler.
It can't be worse than Sandy Wexler.
oh please,
Is it a complete film? Because Sandy Wexler isn't even a scene.
yeah.
It's just.
I haven't watched Sandy
crap.
Wexler, but this movie.
Gabe, you ever seen Sandy Wexler, the Adam Sandler movie?
No.
No one did. No one did. It was a part of that contract. He had to fulfill like 8 movies. or
8
some
movies, and he
stupid
was
crap.
like-
this was 7.8. It was just such a piece of crap.
He's like, it's my family on vacation, and some.
That is entertaining.
Yeah.
That would have been a film.
Yeah, a documentary
This
about
is
Adam
not a
Sandler's
film.
family had been
Now,
excellent.
he's had some good ones for the Netflix deal.
Yeah, he has.
Oh yeah.
Halloween's
Hubie
good.
was great. As silly and slappy as it was, at least it was like in the. It was a complete film.
I used to do a joke about my sister gave me a DVD for Christmas. She gave me Anger Management, the Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Then the next year she gave me the movie Anger Management from Adam. I was like, you gave me this last year, and she's like, I don't think you watched it.
She's trying to tell you something.
Yeah, exactly.
Get with it. Well, if you watched Jack and Jill, you probably were wondering why the hell Al Pacino was in that movie. Such an excellent A-star, A-plus movie star. He was in it because he was flat broke. So his book that's called Sonny Boy, that's out now, he talked about how he once had $50 million in the bank, and then in his 70s, he discovered that he was completely broke because, in his words, a corrupt accountant mismanaged his money for years. And so he decided to get with Adam Sandler and do Jack and Jill, the movie, for $10 million to get money back in his account.
Oh, God.
Sweet.
How terrible is that?
Well, that's why De Niro's doing all these really bad movies, too. Because I think his last divorce, I think he got taken to the cleaners.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I got to do 3 a year now? Yeah.
I feel bad for Adam Sandler. I mean, he probably knew. Like,
He
maybe
also
this is
said he
something
took
talked about.
Godfather 3 for the money, too.
Right. At least that's a respectable franchise, though.
I'm looking at the Adam Sandler movies on Netflix. So Spaceman was one that
was
kind of
good.
came and went.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I
it was
really,
cool.
really liked it.
That's the one where he talked to the spider.
I've never seen that one.
It's
Very
great.
dark.
It's great. I thought it was really cool.
Hustle was good.
Mm-hmm.
Where he played the agent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
The basketball
The basketball agent? That was really good.
Uncut Gems.
What was the
Uncut Gems was up
Western
there.
they tried to make? with all of
Ridiculous
them?
Six.
The Ridiculous Six.
That was a fun
That
one.
was another Netflix one, yeah.
I did Murder Mystery with Jennifer Aniston, which I thought was good too.
That was great too, and Murder Mystery
Yeah, the
too.
second one's good.
I love him with Jennifer Aniston and Drew Barrymore. I just think they're great teams for their movies
and
that they've made.
as far as the guy shoots a lot of shots, but he's made a lot of shots too. So don't forget, he did Pacino did Jack and Jill before Jack and Jill was made. Remember,
I
like
know.
it's not like he gets to know that that's going to be a
Right.
total piece of crap.
Yeah, it was just a paycheck for him.
His Adam Sandler's newest Netflix special is great too. It's very unique. Have you seen it, Gabe?
I haven't. It's the one where he's like playing the guitar on stage and
Yeah, but
kind of interactive,
very interactive, and there's a lot of production issues that happen, and he kept it in.
Oh,
It's kind of
nice.
fascinating to
That's
see
cool.
his team. I don't know if that was staged or not, but I enjoyed it.
All right, I
Adam
gotta see
Sandler.
that.
Adam Sandler puts out something once a year, doesn't he? It seems like there's something new from Adam Sandler once a year.
Maybe.
I like it.
I mean, dude, Click is wonderful.
50 First Dates, which I know you hate that movie, but
That movie's
Hate that
awesome.
movie.
it's so good.
It's a tough one.
The Wedding Singer. He's had so many good ones. And finally, I crap on Disney adults a lot. Disney fans, I got some news for you. This is what you've been asking for. On Wednesday, Disney Parks introduced the Lightning Lane Premier Pass. The new pass will allow park guests to show up at the Lightning Lane to skip the general line, but the Platinum aspect enables the VIPs to arrive at attractions without a reservation. So the passes are not cheap. Depending on the park, attendees could pay up to $400 per person for a single day.
Yep.
This is huge.
Per person.
And I'm excited for you. So go off, Queens. And that is your crap on celebrity.
I'm going to Disney probably next year.
And you're going to come back a different person.
Is that just like a fast pass, but a different name for it?
Yes.
Lightning Lane.
Kind
Lightning
of,
Lane.
but typically it'll give you like a time. Like if
you go there.
If you get the Lightning Pass or whatever, it gives you like 2 a day or 4 a day, and you like sign up for the thing, and then it like balances it all out and says, all right, just show up between 2:35 and 2:55, and if you do, it's like a much shorter lane.
Oh, yeah.
And it's dedicated. It's freaking awesome.
That is cool.
If the world ends, we all should hope that Disney runs it. Runs the apocalypse.
Runs the apocalypse.
That sounds like my personal hell. I'm just going to say,
yeah.
Dude,
I don't know.
It's literally like immaculate organization. I mean, listen,
It's
crap
apocalypse.
on things you haven't experienced all you want. Celebrities celebrating your birthday today.
Next year, I guess.
Whitney Carson from Dancing with the Stars is 31. Felicity Jones is 41. Holly Holm is 43. Eminem, 52. Chris Kirkpatrick. He even slams him in a song, right? Who knew they
Same
were birthday
birthday.
buddies? Chris is 53. Wyclef Jean is 55. Ziggy Marley, 56. Mike friggin' Judge, 62. Alan Jackson, 66. Bill Hudson is 75 from the Hudson Brothers. George Wendt, Norm on Cheers. It's also Jason Sudeikis is George Wendt's nephew.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Oh.
George Wendt is 76. And Michael McKeon. Lenny from Laverne and Shirley, but really, he is David St. Hubbins. Michael McKeon is 77 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's Where Fun and Fantasy Meet, is Katrina Craven. And today's birthday girl has been in 223 fine films, including One Whore Plus One More 2. She was in American Ass 2, American Horror Story, Angels of Debauchery, The Attack of the Great White Ass 5, Lern's favorite, Black Pipe Layers 3,
It's really good, you guys.
Chunky Butts 3, Gooey Buns 3, Monster Meat 1, Scott's favorite, Who Let the Hose Out?
Oh, dude, it rules, man.
And who could forget a role in 2004's So Many White Women, So Little Time?
Yeah.
What a dilemma to have.
Black Pipe Layers was very pro-union.
Yes. Katrina Craven, happy birthday, 47 years old today. porno birthday, those are crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right. Gabe, it's Kea, right?
Kea, yeah.
Kea, not
Yeah,
Key. Kea.
It's all right. Happens.
Gabe Kea is here. He's at the St. Charles Funny Bone this weekend. See him. So tonight?
Tonight, yeah, 7:30. 7:30 Friday, 7 on Saturday, and 6 on Sunday.
All right, St. Louis's own.
Yeah.
Gabe Kea. All right, so after the break, we're going to give away some tickets, and Gabe, you can help us out with this contest. We got tickets to go see Godsmack Sunday over at the Family Arena. We got tickets to go see Asking Alexandria Sunday over at the pageant. We got tickets for our Ballpark Village Shipwrecked Halloween party, which is coming up a week from Saturday. And then we got tickets to go see Tom Green Friday night, March 21st, over the pageant. Rafe, after the break, we're playing
Bad Movie Descriptions.
Bad Movie Descriptions.
Yeah.
So, Rafe will read the description of a
popular movie.
Popular movie.
Very popular zeitgeist movies. We should all know them.
And you have to guess what movie it is. Simple as that. One right, you win.
And they're all Adam Sandler movies today. No. We just named them all. So.
One right, you win. You can use one of us as a lifeline if you need it. But if you get it wrong, we're just going to move on to the next caller.
Yep.
And you get the same description until I would have three and
Three and out. Once we do three, we move on.
All right. So you give an example to Gabe of a bad movie description.
So an example would be a drug-addicted woman is encouraged to move back to her hometown by a childhood friend.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Do you need a lifeline?
Yes.
How do you know this one?
Because I'm guessing Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Show me Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Forrest Gump. Oh, good job. He's good at this.
All right.
I said every time so far.
All right. Okay. So if you want to play 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833, bad movie descriptions next. All right. 8:13. Thursday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Average speed's already down to about 25 miles an hour, 270 eastbound between 44 and Big Bend. Your point forecast chilly this morning with a high of 68. Right now it's 45 at the Point Studio.
All right, welcome back to the program. Gabe Kea is here. See him at the St. Charles Funny Bone this weekend. Oh, Steve Ewan's coming by.
Mm-hmm.
Around 9 o'clock. You know the urge?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously you do. Steve Ewan's coming in.
Steve's Hot Dogs?
Steve's Hot Dogs.
I'm like, I know the guy.
Right.
That'd be funny if you you mean the hot dog guy? And
Yeah,
you're like, no, the urge.
He is the hot dog guy.
He is.
He's also got a picture book coming out.
Oh, nice.
So a photographer followed him around for, 4 years?
Mm-hmm. Keith Brake.
And took pictures of things that Steve Ewing does.
How cool.
Steve Ewing being his Steviest. I don't know.
Well,
cooking hot dogs.
He's got an interesting life, though. The bodybuilding competitions, the urge, the hot dogs. The dude's everywhere. And he has a million, he's got a family. He's got a million things going on. So out of anybody, I think I would want to see a book made of their life.
Yeah.
Steve Ewing is
I want to
up
know
there.
what Steve Ewing does all day.
Me too.
I mean, and he's in his mid-50s, right? And he's right, mid-50s?
Yeah, I think that's right.
He's just shredded.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where do you get time to work out?
Right.
You guys were like, what's he do all day? I was like, sit-ups.
He does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just
I think he
sit-ups.
does. Lift
He's ripped,
weights.
dude. He competes. He's just ripped. He competes and wins competitions.
I hate him.
What?
And sells hot dogs.
He
Pick
is
a
the
lane,
bar.
man.
Yeah, and you sell hot dogs?
Pick
Go.
a lane.
You can't have it all. You can't have the voice of an angel, make good hot dogs, and be in bodybuilding
hell yeah.
competitions. You can't do it all, Steve.
He's the goals.
But he
There's nothing more demeaning than being handed a pork steak hot dog covered in baked beans by a man chiseled as Steve Ewing. And he's like, enjoy it, fat boy.
obviously
You have to sing it to me, Steve.
obviously a man not getting high on his own supply.
Yes, that's a good dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
that's
maybe he does.
That's
Maybe
the
he's got
dealers that
just
make money.
That's why he's
incredible
so ripped.
metabolism.
Yeah. Those are protein-packed
I
hot
think
dogs.
it's metabolism, and that pisses me off worse.
I know.
You guys.
The people
try
that
to-
naturally are thin,
Yeah.
I hate it.
Well, we could all be in great shape if we would it's priorities. It's time management, priorities, and eating better.
No, some people are just genetically predisposed to.
My best friend, Mark, has never gone to the gym, dude. He's 6'4". He follows widespread panic around. He's chiseled out of his mind, and he eats like a goat. We'd play golf, and he would eat 3 Otis Spunkmeyer muffins. He'd get Burger King breakfast on the way out to the golf course, and on the way back, he'd get Hardee's for lunch. 1% body fat. The dude he's a fat-burning machine.
I drive past the Hardee's, I gain 5 pounds, honestly.
It's annoying.
I think it's going
annoying.
to catch up with that guy, though, eventually. I think it does.
I agree.
When?
I don't know, maybe.
Not in your timeline.
He's 45, and he's
Well.
still ripped out of his
You're
mind.
like, I want to see it now.
No, up until I was 27 years old, I could eat anything.
See, same with me. That's why I was like, you get to a point, and then you're like, oh, wait, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it till about 37. I was blessed. And then 37, I think just.
I've never had it, dude. I would eat anything forever, and I would see my body inflate. And I'm small, but I mean, I eat something and it inflates me more, I feel like, because I'm 5'3".
My body was a well-run factory up until 27. Then I guess
No,
my
it wasn't.
metabolism went on strike.
Yeah, there's a sign hanging up in my belly that says "Days Without Incident 0." That's my factory.
Like I was almost sickly looking. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, do you eat? No, I eat a lot. Just my body is working like it should. And then all of a sudden, 27 hits. You go, we're done here. We're done here.
That's how I was with hangovers, too. I was like, I don't get hangovers. Then I turned 27, and I was like, oh, that's what
that's what they feel like.
Yeah, hello.
Sucks. All right. Listen, we got to give away some stuff. Let's do this.
Well, let's do it.
All right. Rafe, the game we're playing is called
Bad Movie Descriptions.
So, Rafe is going to read you the description of a movie. You just have to tell us what movie he's talking about.
Yep.
Simple as that. One right, you win. Now, I think this way, because if you want a lifeline, we're all up for it. Like, we're all eligible to be a lifeline.
Everybody
is.
because I know the movie.
Not you.
Everyone else in the room, no one knows the movies but me. And here's the thing. The rules are in the description. It's bad movie descriptions. But the movie's in there if you listen closely.
Yeah.
So just you got to get out of the box thinking a little bit here, people.
All right, well, so if you don't get it, we'll move on to the next caller. 3 callers, you don't get it, we'll let you know what the movie is. One right, you win. So Godsmack tickets, Asking Alexandria tickets, tickets to our Shipwrecked Halloween party over at Ballpark Village. We got tickets to go see Tom Green. All right, 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Let's go to Brad. Good morning, Brad.
Morning.
All right, Brad, here we go. Your bad movie description.
Good luck, Brad. A Detroit man adjusts to life with prosthetics after a workplace injury.
Say that one more time.
A Detroit man adjusts his life with prosthetics after a workplace injury.
Let me do a lifeline.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Riz.
RoboCop.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah, buddy. All right, Brad, hang on.
Now let's try. I got a lot of heat last game. Can you guys try to refrain from yelling "I got it" before
Boy, he called for a lifeline.
Before the lifeline. Last game, you guys kind of were tipping your hand a little bit, and I got a lot of heat on the chat about it. I forgot to mention that.
He called for a lifeline, though.
I get that, but last time we played, as soon as I said it, you guys go, "Oh!"
Well, because I get excited.
I get it. I get it.
I get excited. Okay.
Just try to hold it.
That
in.
was RoboCop.
That was RoboCop. That was great. One and done. Easy
Justin.
peasy.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning, witches.
Hello. All right, Justin. Listen to the clue.
Justin. Multiple safety issues are uncovered during an industrial plant tour. Multiple safety issues are uncovered during an industrial plant tour.
Can I use lifeline, please?
Sure.
Sure. Does anybody have it?
Is anybody feeling good?
I think I've got it.
Gabe?
Do I just say the movie?
Say the movie.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Show me. We're going to accept it. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, Willy Wonka.
All right.
We're going to accept it.
All right, Justin. Gabe helped you out
2
there.
for
Hang
2.
on.
That's a good one.
So what was it? What was the clue again?
Multiple safety issues are uncovered during an industrial plant tour.
Yeah, okay,
that makes
That's
total
a good
sense.
one. Makes total sense.
I couldn't get my head off of like The Simpsons or Chernobyl. But I know that was just a mini-series.
Chernobyl, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have counted.
All right, Brandon, hello.
Hello.
All right, Brandon, here we go. Bad movie descriptions.
Here we go, Brandon. Older sister ruins younger sister's chance to be on a nationally televised game show.
I'm going to have to use a lifeline.
I love that you didn't even consider thinking about it.
You didn't even think about
I really want these tickets. I didn't call in to think today. All right.
Too early.
I'll read it again and see if anybody's feeling good about it. Older sister ruins younger sister's chance to be on a nationally televised game show.
Does anybody feel good about that?
Brandon, you are calling for a lifeline. Does anybody got Moon?
Yeah.
Moon, I mean, you. I look like you may have you may have something, or you have gas. I don't know.
I have gas, but no, no. I mean, I don't. Older sister ruins younger sister's chance to be on a game show. It's the game show thing that's ruining it for me.
Well, don't even say a guess.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Gabe, you got it?
No.
Scott, you got it?
You're going to have to just pick someone in the room that you think might have the best chance at answering it.
I'm going to try Gabe.
Gabe.
All right.
He's 1 for 1. I'll read it one last time. Older sister ruins younger sister's chance to be on a nationally televised game show.
I would say. This is I am
3,
2, 1. Quiz show. It's not it.
Incorrect.
Sorry,
quiz
Brandon.
show.
Huh.
All right, let's go to another caller. Brendan, hello.
Sorry.
Sisters game show.
All right, read the description again.
So hard.
Here we go. Older sister ruins younger sister's chance to be on a nationally televised game show.
Oh.
Can I do a lifeline?
Yeah,
Do you have it now?
No, I don't have it.
I have it.
Moon feels like he has it.
Got it.
Moon Valjean.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're going to accept any of the 15 movies that they made.
Indeed.
About Katniss Everdeen.
That's
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
Yeah, what do they call it? What's the first one?
Hunger Games.
Hunger
Mockingjay. Okay, the first one's called Hunger Games.
We'll just accept Hunger Games.
All right, Brendan.
When
Moon saved you.
It was the nationally televised. I was trying to think of like things that were a big deal
Yeah.
as far as like televised.
I couldn't get out of Truman Show, dude. Like I just kept thinking, like,
Me too.
You know,
But that
the
wasn't a
quiz
game show.
I know.
The first thing when he said older sister ruins younger sister, I was like, oh, it's a league of their own. That was the thing that I thought.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then the game show thing threw me
show
for a
too,
while.
yeah.
Okay, let's
Well,
go.
it was in there. Sometimes it takes a second. It's got to rattle around a little bit.
Kevin, hello.
Hey, good morning. Happy birthday, Riz.
Thanks, buddy. All right, here we go.
Hey, by now with all these birthdays, you've got to be like 1,000 years
I
old.
am 4,000 years old. Feeling every bit of it.
Been sitting on that one for a while.
All right, here we go.
Here we go, bud. Speed-addicted man tries to manage the trappings of a severe anger problem in a growing family.
Ooh.
A speed-addicted man tries to manage the trappings of a severe anger problem in a growing family.
I'm thinking of like 2 different movies.
Wow, pick one.
I'm going to pick a lifeline.
Oh.
He had 2 answers and chose someone else.
Don't pick me. I don't got it.
Anybody in the room feeling good?
Wait, speed and a father.
Speed-addicted
A
man.
speed-addicted man
Yes.
tries to manage the trappings of a severe anger problem
Oh!
in a growing family.
I have it.
Go ahead.
Show me Crank.
No.
Oh,
what the hell? What is that?
Wasn't that the Jason
Jason
Statham?
No, and I love that we answered it. He didn't even choose you, but you're done.
Okay.
This is what I was talking about last week. We get really hyped to answer, and then you just say it.
Or is it the Mark Wahlberg movie?
Well, let's not keep guessing.
Well,
Let's just keep moving on. Let's play the game, guys.
Speed addicted.
Andrew, hello.
Hello. Happy birthday, Riz.
Thanks, buddy. All right, Andrew, the description again.
Would you like to comment on how many birthdays Riz has possibly
just
had?
go-
Okay,
give the
Andrew.
description.
10,000.
Andrew, a speed-addicted man tries to manage the trappings of a severe anger problem in a growing family.
I need a lifeline as well.
All right, you guys are really trying hard on these
Learn,
ones.
yeah.
Learn.
Is it? Well, hang on. Hold up. We were talking about anger management earlier. I haven't seen that movie. It's Jack Nicholson. It's Adam Sandler.
I don't think that's it.
No, the keys are in the family. This is something where a family is growing. There's either a baby involved,
right,
or it's like a
blended family,
a Griswold type of family. It's
speed. He's addicted to speed.
Yeah, that's got to be something.
The anger part makes me think like some sort of like superhero, like Hulk, like.
Oh, maybe it could be. Oh.
Like deals with an anger
He's a
problem.
race car driver.
All right.
Yeah, Jerry was a race
Say it one more time.
I'll say it one more time, then choose your lifeline. A speed-addicted man tries to manage the trappings of a severe anger problem in a growing family.
He's a father. His family is growing. The dude's addicted to speed. He's got a need for speed.
Anybody.
All right, show me.
Hold on. Pick someone. Let's try to have some kind of goddamn organization to this game. Pick a person.
Let's go with Moon.
Okay, say it one more time.
Come on.
For the 15th
Speed-addicted
time.
man tries to manage the trappings of a severe anger problem and a growing family.
Severe anger problem. Okay. Rodney Dangerfield. Chevy Chase. Cheaper by the
3,
dozen.
2.
I'm going to say cheaper by the dozen.
And no.
Cheaper by the dozen.
We're on to our final contestant.
Something.
Is this the first stumper of this week's bad
All right,
movie
Connor.
descriptions? Connor.
Yes.
Don't let me down.
I will not.
A speed-addicted man tries to manage the trappings of a severe anger problem in a growing family.
This is a really, really hard one, but I'm going to go with Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious?
You are correct.
Good job. Got it himself.
Never would have got that.
Well done.
Wait a minute. What do you mean growing? Like Paul Walker's
No,
coming into
Vin
town?
Diesel's all about the family.
Yeah, he talks about 1,000 times in that movie, like, we're family, we're family.
But is
we're
Paul
family.
Walker the growing part of that?
Every movie it grows. So there's people added to the
Luda.
crew. The Rock eventually
Okay.
joins. Jason Statham gets involved.
I went straight baby on that one.
Never seen that
Yes,
movie.
Fast and Furious.
Never seen that, but that does now, in retrospect, seem
Yeah.
like a very good clue.
I've never seen any. I saw Hobbs and Shaw. That's the one with Jason Statham.
Yeah, you don't
and
have
The
to
Rock.
the offshoot.
The offshoot. I thought that was good. I've never seen any of the other ones.
That's a good character trait.
Yeah.
Never seeing.
Never
Fast
seen
and
it, but I
Furious.
feel like I've seen them though.
You look like you should have seen them.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
All right, Kevin. Here we go. Last round here. Movie descriptions.
All right.
Here we go, Kevin. Listen closely, bud. A scantily clad teenager undergoes extreme body modification because she fell in love with an older man.
Hold up.
Stop.
What the hell? What was that first word you said?
Oh, hold on there, Pop, I'll tell you. A scantily clad teenager undergoes extreme body modification because she fell in love with an older man.
Oh.
Any guesses?
Man, I'm thinking.
Scantily clad teen undergoes extreme body modification because she fell in
The
love.
only one I'm thinking of, it has nothing to do with the fall in love. I'm going to go with a lifeline.
Anybody feeling good?
Oh,
No one?
kind of.
I'm thinking.
I have a little bit of an inkling, but that doesn't.
Lern
mean
is the only
anything.
one showing any interest.
Sometimes my brain does this thing where it fizzes, and I kind of got.
Moon, do you have any idea, Moon?
Man, I have a bad guess. That means I have an idea, and I don't think it's right. I would
Learn, you feeling it at all?
I'd go with Lern.
Hear me out.
All right, I'll hear you out.
Say it again.
All right. Are you choosing Lern?
Sure. I think she's the only one that has some kind of thought.
I'm saying that's a
The only
yes.
thing I'm thinking of, I don't think is it.
All right, well, here we go, Kevin.
Scantily clad teenager undergoes extreme body modification because she fell in love with an older man.
Lern.
Okay, I was thinking girl with a dragon tattoo, but I'm now that I'm gonna go with Twilight.
No.
Gosh damn it!
No.
Was it girl with a dragon tattoo?
No, don't. Remember,
You know
we're
what?
moving
I'm going to
on.
go ahead and give a freebie away. No.
Okay, thanks.
Remember, these are very popular movies.
These are great movies.
Those
I'm
were popular.
talking about.
Those were popular.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
It's
pretty
a great
popular.
movie. It's a
Yeah, they made it like 3 times.
Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did the scoring for that movie, and all of our age group went to go see it just because of that.
The Scandinavian one.
Remember,
is
these
even
are
better.
bad
The one with Numi
movie
Rapace is even better.
descriptions.
All right, Brendan, hello.
I've played already.
Oh, you played already. Okay.
Bye, Brendan. Good. I like your honesty.
Matt, hello.
Hey, how's it going? Happy birthday, Bruce.
Thanks, buddy. All right, Matt, you got it?
Matt, here we go, bud. Go ahead.
Got a guess. Been listening. Interview with a vampire.
No. See you later.
Good guess. I like
Comes
that.
third interview with
Come
a
in with a
vampire.
guess.
All right, we're down to our third one. Is this going to be the stumper?
Connor, have you played yet?
Yeah, I did.
Connor played.
played already. Okay.
Can I just say this? I wish that we could modify this game next time to 2 guesses. They
Yeah.
could try, and then they can have a lifeline.
I have 2 guesses.
Kelly, I know you haven't played.
I like that idea.
I have not.
All right, Kelly, the description again.
A scantily. Sorry, we're busy rewriting the rules in the middle of the game.
You're doing great.
A
Everybody's doing
scantily
great.
clad teenager undergoes extreme body modification because she fell in love with an older man.
Is it the Little Mermaid?
Oh.
It is indeed the Little
Hang on, Kelly.
Well done,
Eric
Kelly.
was
That
older
is
than
so
Ariel. She's 16 in the movie. And how old's Eric?
I was seriously thinking Cinderella. Just like I was like Cinderella body, but that is. I was like, I knew it was a Disney. I could feel it was a Disney movie, just the way it was.
Well, there it is.
They all have that
Yeah.
same theme.
You're
Fall in
watching
love
all
with
these
an older
movies with
man.
your daughter,
We did it.
probably.
We did it. We gave away some tickets.
Wow.
Everybody won.
You know, at first I thought it was Arwen Undamiel, you know, the elven princess, who was one half elven who lived in the Third Age. Her father was Elrond, half elven, lord of the
What the
elvish
hell are you
sanctuary of
talking
Rivendell.
Elven.
L. Ron Hubbard.
And remember, she gave up her immortality to be with Aragorn, king of all men.
But he was younger.
Who are you talking about?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
But he was a much younger man.
I don't listen to hip hop.
Also, I did look in the chat when they said Twilight, so I just want to confirm my sins on the air. I did. I thought it was going to be a girl with a dragon tattoo, but Twilight would have fit it too because
Did the chat get him right?
he was older man.
Guys, settle
No,
down.
they didn't get it right.
Steve Ewing's here.
Oh, great.
Steve's in the lobby. We'll talk to Steve Ewing next. And his buddy Keith. Keith Brake, the photographer who followed Steve around for 4 years. Went with him everywhere. The bathroom.
The Steve Arazzi.
All right, 8:44. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Only thing going on the highways that I can see is a right lane blocked due to a crash 270 westbound at James S. McDonald Boulevard. Your point forecast, chilly this morning with a high of 68. Right now it's 45 at the Point Studio.
Something the St. Charles Funny Bone this weekend. And we have our buddy Steve Ewing here. Good morning, Steve. And photographer Keith Brake here. Good morning, Keith. So, Steve and Keith, book coming out in November, right?
We're trying to get the book out by Christmas this year.
All right, so next month or December?
December, yeah.
All right, so we'll say December. So this book is basically, Keith, you followed Steve around for 4 years?
Yeah, it started before we realized it started, because we, over the years of like me photographing Steve in the concert circuits and the shows that I was doing, the Urge was always like a primary target for me.
Right.
The annual show, and then I had an opportunity to meet Steve and kind of developed a friendship, and I would bring him prints from the shows, and we would talk, and then one day it's like it kind of happened organically. We're just going to do this.
So by following you around, so was Keith always with you?
Not always with me, but it kind of like I turned around, Keith is there.
There's Keith there with his stupid Keith with his camera.
Get out of the bathroom, Keith.
Oh, there he is.
Well, if there's any guy to follow around, it's this guy, because this guy's always on the move. You're like a shark. You can't. You need to be in constant motion.
I kind of do, yeah.
Am I right? Right. He's always moving.
Yeah, he's hard to schedule, and the photography for me is not the full-time gig, so it's a passion project. All of my photography work is passion project. So we had to schedule windows of time to be able to try to get something candid, something in the moment. But it wasn't like I could be in his pocket, say like Annie Leibovitz was with the Rolling Stones. That would have been, if I was independently wealthy, perhaps we could have arranged that.
Yeah.
But we had to schedule these blocks of time, so it stretched out the project, and really it's just a really cool kind of time. But there's still things. He does so much, and then I travel for work, so my day job. So it's been a complicated project, and the fact that we're doing everything homegrown. We're like, I'm laying out the book. All the photography is mine. He just basically has to live. He just has to be Steve, and then I take pictures.
Just be your Steviest, and that's what you're best at.
Steve, be Steve.
And the book is called 4 Years of Flavor.
Yes.
The book is called 4 Years of Flavor. You guys are taking, pre-orders right now, 4yearsofflavor.com. So he's shooting you in different, various things that you do.
Sure, yeah.
On stage.
Family, at work, doing this, Steve's hot dogs, like stadiums, and whatever, pretty much all the stuff that I do. I'm just like, I want to get you in the midst of your life, basically, so.
That's pretty awesome. You have somebody document all that stuff, and that's cool for your family too, to have something to kind of live on forever and for.
It's pretty cool to have them in the book. Yeah. So.
What was the favorite picture you took of Steve over these past 4 years?
Oh boy, I have. So it's an interesting question, because a part of the book is we each chose 10 images that spoke to us for one reason or another. We did not share with one another what those 2 images or what those 10 images are. So he's going to write passages about his 10 favorite. I've written passages about my 10 favorite. Neither knows what the other is writing about. So I actually have probably what I would consider 10 favorites, because it's really hard to pick.
Right.
But if you're going to narrow me down to one, I think it's probably the same one for both of us. I followed the urge up to House of Blues in Chicago. They played back-to-back sold-out shows with 311. So I was guest of the band, guest of Steve, and end of the first show at an oversold-out House of Blues. Just like, I don't want to tell the whole story of the photo, but I captured a photo of Steve with a pretty amazing jump, got it up on social media, and then Lindsay Wanner, local artist Lindsay Wanner, I don't know if you're familiar with her work, so that image inspired her to make a piece of her art based around that image.
Right.
And then Steve and I got together with Lindsay and took a photo, so that completed the full circle of
All right, so you took a photo. Lindsay then did a...
Yeah, he jumped, I took the photo, she did the piece of art, and then we went back and did a photograph with Lindsay.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So she painted, made a painting.
She painted the photo, and then you took a photo of the painting, and that's going to be in the book.
Lindsay, I went to high school with Lindsay. She's the one that did the Rizzuto one out of the records in our.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's the same
she's
style.
great.
That's the cut vinyl, painted, layered. It's all the same.
Oh yeah, we have one of those in our office.
Yeah.
Oh, she's amazing. Yeah. How many pages? How many pages is the book? How many photos are in this book?
Look at maybe like a couple hundred, close to about a couple hundred. Like.
How many photos did you take altogether?
Oh.
Just saw his brain go.
Well, it's thousands.
Thousands.
Yes. It's photography is an art of attrition. So, it's kind of like comedy in a way, right? You write all of these jokes that you think are great, and then you go through them and you go through them and you go
There's
through them.
There's 5. You throw out a lot. You throw out a lot.
Yeah. A lot of garbage.
So, and photography is the same way.
Yeah.
If I cover a day with Steve, just Steve normally being Steve, not even a show, and the show nights are much larger.
Yeah.
Just a day with Steve was probably 800 to 1,200 pictures, just for me to pull 20 that I was happy with the world seeing. So it's really an art of attrition.
So when Keith is up with you in Chicago, you're doing the 311 shows. Is he with you all day?
Keith was mostly shooting in the pit.
Okay.
Because it was so crazy back there. We did get some stuff around the around back there, but he was shooting in the pit most of the time.
Can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah.
Did you ever do something on stage that you knew was cool, and you're like, "Damn, I hope Keith got that."
It was
like in the moment. You ever jump off a riser, and you're like,
it was.
Damn, I hope he got
It was
that.
that night because I was trying to kill myself that night. So.
Steve's in such great shape. I find if I jump now, my knees. We were at Punk Rock Christmas last year.
Oh God.
And
this dude tries to take it off of the drum riser.
Oh, I was in the moment. I was playing. What were we playing? We were playing some punk song.
I think you were doing Santa Baby.
Santa Baby, punk rock version of that. I levitated. Remember, it was my winter of boots, so I was wearing heavy boots.
Yes, Wolverines or something. And 2,000 people gasped. They went.
So I'm shredding, because that's how I play guitar. I shred, and I somehow levitated up onto the drum riser
and shredded a little more.
And Johnny Venus is playing drums, and he looks at me. He goes, "How you getting down?" I go, "I don't know."
Took the steps up, but you can't take the steps
And
down.
I decided to do like a rock and roll kind of jump off and I feel both knees go click, click. Oh boy, this is.
Oh, yeah, it's something.
And you know what I thought in that moment? Man, I hope Keith got a picture of that.
Where's his flamingo legs?
You can watch. I think there's a video of it. You can watch my legs go. Yep. All right.
Yeah, the interesting thing is I actually have photographed everyone in this room, less you, in some capacity.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when you guys were, like, for your birthday show.
Oh, yeah.
So I've photographed every one of you.
That's awesome.
Birthday show. Yeah, remember that, Lern? A lot of Fireball that night.
Hell yeah.
lot of Fireball.
That's great.
A lot of fire. Well, Lern jumped out of a a cake that night. If you remember.
I remember. Yes.
Do you remember?
Oh,
Yeah, I got the crowd to play that motherfucker. I almost said it. Yeah. So, and then I jumped out of a cake because that was a bucket list opportunity
Yes,
for me.
I definitely
loved
remember
it.
the cake. Yes.
Did you have to stay in the cake? Were you in the cake before for like an
They
hour?
baked the cake. No, I
forgot about her. Like, damn, where's Lern?
They wheeled me out. So it was like like the cakes that were around St. Louis for the 200th anniversary. It was a little bit bigger than that.
Okay.
And I built the cake.
You did.
And I put myself in it, and I had taped little shooters of Fireball all around it because I love that stuff. And so this is a bucket list opportunity. So the guys wheeled me out, and then you guys were talking to the cake because I was in there. Like, you kept holding the microphone up to the cake, and then I got the crowd going, and then popped out, and then we did shots of Fireball together. It was great. Yeah, I was
It
in
would
there
have
for
been
like 10
fun if we
minutes.
would have.
It was fun.
Gabe's asking, it would have been funny if we would have forgot about you.
That was a good.
That would have been great.
Yeah, that's what I just imagined is like it's like the Under Siege movie moment where she's like in the
Miss
cake.
July
still.
'89. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's where
She went up on Baywatch, by the way, that chick.
Oh yeah, it was Erica. Yeah, I think her name.
Well, you think her name. You know her name.
I know. It's close.
You know
I
her
brought it. I'm the one that brought up the
You
reference.
know her
So there I
name.
am.
Well, we don't do a week of Riz shows without an Under Siege reference.
Yeah, honestly, dude, you can send us down the Seagal rabbit hole at any time. You just played with fire.
That's one guy I'd want to actually follow around with a camera.
Yeah,
Steven
dude.
Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Yeah.
Yes.
Just watch him flipping people just all day.
I would want it. What does Steven Seagal do when he gets up? What does he do during the day? And when he turns in, what's going on?
And what does he say to himself? Because you know he talks to himself in the mirror when he's brushing his teeth. Steven Seagal has to be his Steviest when he's brushing his teeth every morning. He tells himself, "That's right, you're Steven Seagal."
You think he's got a closet full of just those black kimonos?
Of ponytails?
He unclips his ponytail and he hangs it.
That's
in the
exactly.
closet.
Yeah, he's got special hangers for the ponytail.
He takes off his little goatee, peels off, and hangs
It's
it
like,
right
which
next
one
to it.
tonight? Jet black again.
One day I'm going to put this red one on, but I'm going to go jet blacking for one more day.
No, because now he's just wearing like black kimonos. That's all he wears. Because he's fat.
I just-
'Cause he's fat. Although he could probably kick all our asses, except for Steve.
Well,
not yet.
I would
he's
like
not.
to see
Steve's
that.
don't
I would
you ever
like
heard
to
his
see that
music,
fight.
Steve?
I have.
He
That's all
says
that
that
needs to
like
be said about that.
like what I've been thinking about this whole time, guys. That's how you said
exactly what I was
His
thinking.
album, his
Am I
patois.
going to go mention the music?
that. Someone's got to say the music.
What did he do?
He did like a reggae, fake patois accent.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He changes his accent up a lot. There's like interviews of him where he's like, just got back from Japan. He acts like English isn't his first language. And
Yes, he does.
How do you say? How do you? We were at a. How do you say party? And we're like, that's why you're from America, dude. Why are you asking the journalist how to say a word?
You remember the name of the song, right?
Me want the punani.
Oh, me want. We got to
play a little clip.
Let me get a little. Okay, here's a little Steven.
It's off the Urge's new album.
This is Lady's song.
Oh my God! I can't anymore.
It's really good.
Steven Seagal is going to get a royalty check for like half a cent to go. Wow,
Yeah, I
somebody
feel-
played my song.
Somebody did it.
Where'd this one spin come from? St. Louis.
Man, Songs from the Crystal Cave is about to pop again.
Keith, did you get any pictures of Steve working out and all the bodybuilding stuff?
That's actually how it started. It started with a working out. So, a friend in common of Steve and I, she had arranged a photo shoot with Steve, and I offered to help to assist because I had never met Steve in person. I was a huge fan of the Urge. So our ages are close, and my generation and my taste in music was, that was like probably the most quintessential artist from St. Louis for me at my age. And so I kind of said, hey, hey, Danya, if you need me to assist with your lighting or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, you're a fanboy. Come on, you can meet Steve.
Bring your camera.
And I did, and we took some images there, and then gave Steve a print. And
They're sweet. They're really good.
Yeah.
Super good. Yeah.
Are you still doing competitions?
Yep. It's like once a year. But then when you get like super lean right when you do a show, you need to document that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like, this is the best I've looked all year.
I don't stay this lean the whole year.
Well,
so
do you have a competition coming up?
Next year. I'm gonna do one next year.
Are you gonna do one next year?
Like April, yeah.
Okay, so how far in advance? How old? You're in your mid 50s, right?
54, yeah.
54. All right.
Yeah.
So, and you still is it easy still for you to? No.
No.
It's not. We were talking about your body before you got here, Steve.
Does not get easier either.
We were saying that metabolism might be a play. Like, do you still have a high metabolism?
Not like it used to be.
Right.
Yeah.
We have no excuse. Like you want to say it's high excuse. He has a million things going on, and he's still prioritizing time to like put focus on his body to have these bodybuilder competitions.
Disagree.
We could all do that if we put our minds to it.
Can we?
I think we could.
Yeah.
Talk about the mental strength that you probably have whenever you're getting ready to go into one of these shows. Like, what is you have a schedule, right? Yeah. Tell us about that because I'm very interested in getting on board.
Okay, so we train. I train like 5 days a week, which is pretty boring. Pretty much the same training regimen, and then really it's like dialing the nutrition in. So
How many hot dogs a day do you eat?
Yeah, that's
During that time.
is that during the off season or when I'm like
When you're training.
That's the point.
Every one of those competition pictures is the day before multiple hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That's
yeah,
the
so-
point she missed, dude. Is like I'm not taking anything away from your training. I'm saying like pick a lane, dude.
Yeah.
You can't be feeding me bacon wrapped pork steak tacos all day long and showing up shredded for every event I see you at. Like pick a damn lane.
You can do both, but it gets to be really hard.
It gets hard. It gets hard.
It's
No,
very
you
tough.
can't
Yeah.
do both.
You've got to turn into a 27-year-old if you want to do both.
Yeah, a time machine.
How long is your workout? 5 days a week? Like an hour?
I get an hour. Yeah.
Okay. And is it
So an hour.
lifting? It's cardio. Like what? Give me like you start with cardio. You
An
run.
hour 4 times a
I
day.
do like maybe about 20 minutes of cardio, but mostly just to get warmed up.
Cardio kills gains.
And then
What? You know nothing, sir.
And guess what?
he knows what he's talking about.
Hot dogs enhance gains. I'm in a bulking hot dog phase, dude.
and then I
This
have
is full of hot dog water right now.
Then you have a what?
a split.
What you
So
mean?
Split means I work
banana
different
split.
body parts
Yeah,
every week.
I think ice cream when you say that. Okay, so you're doing
so
like
he
thighs
does
and
the
back,
splits.
chest and tries.
Correct. That's how you're able to hit everything really hard throughout the week and give it enough chance to recover.
Where does a loaded baked potato come in during the day?
No more of those.
No more. No more of those.
I mean, since you are like, it's not like just a leaning down; it's a getting ripped and leaning down. Like, how many calories are you eating every single day when you're training?
When I'm training, I'm up to probably 35.
Wow, dang.
Like getting.
I mean, I am too. But
when I'm in that thick mode, yeah.
Not on purpose.
Apparently, I've been training for the last 27 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know it.
35,000 calories?
Yes. That'd be awesome.
So 3,500 calories a day.
Yeah.
But you work out a lot. So we eat 3,500 calories a day and sit on the couch.
Yeah, I'm getting 35 on the drive-throughs and then heading home.
He's got that super fast metabolism over there.
Me? No, not anymore. Not anymore. It's all gone
This
away.
guy.
Blew the knee out,
We all
and
have
like
body
everything just
dysmorphia
went
on this show. So it's pretty fantastic.
We all had great metabolism at one point.
At
That's
one
what we all
point,
figured
we're
out.
all good-looking people. So, listen, you got the bodybuilding stuff. You got a new hot dog place opening up in Chesterfield. So you're working on that.
Yes.
When does that open up?
That's December 1st, right at the district.
Yeah, right by my house. Bad news.
Off 40, yeah.
Start training.
Bad news. Well, House of Pain Gym is right there, too.
It's right next door.
Which is a great gym, so...
Steve's Hot Dogs is my house of pain.
I like that.
That's good.
All right, so if you guys go to 4yearsofflavor.com, that's the website for the book, you can pre-order it, and there's a whole bunch of different packages you guys have available. So book only, $30, and then you can do an autograph book for a couple bucks more. 4 Years of Flavor book and dinner, which is only 25 of those available. I'm not sure how many left yet, but you get the autograph book, dinner for two.
And I'll give you one guess what the dinner consists of.
Oh,
yes.
And then the VIP thing is the 4 Years of Flavor private concert, and you'll take pictures of the whole thing.
Yep. Yeah, everything's documented. So Steve comes, plays your party. That cost covers up to 30 autographed books. It would be a moment for people to kind of meet and greet with Steve. If anyone has interest in meeting me, I'd be happy to as well. But I'm typically not the draw when he and I go out. So
No?
No, going anywhere with him around St. Louis is like going to church with Jesus. I mean,
boy.
That's kind of how it is. Unless you are able to catch him in moments in between, like his business partners and those things, which I've been fortunate enough to do, then you see the other side of things. But yeah, 30 books for that cost, a couple hours of music from Steve, photo documentation from myself, and a little bit of hobnob time to see what the man's all about.
So the book's going to be out by Christmas. Pre-order it now. 4yearsofflavor.com is the website. So Keith and followed Steve around for 4 years taking pictures. I can't wait to see the book. I want a book.
Some sweet images. Yeah,
some sweet images.
Yeah. Some real cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And you always got stuff going on. So the new hot dog place is popping up. What about anything music-wise? What do you got going on?
We got the Big Urge show coming up at the pageant, November 29th.
Heck yeah, man.
Giving tradition.
That's right.
That's right.
Can't wait for that. That's always a lot of fun.
So buy tickets for that. Guys, thank you so much. Again, 4yearsofflavor.com is the website. Pre-order the book, 4 Years of Flavor. That's Steve. That's Keith. We're the Riz Show. We'll take a break. It's 9:13. It's Thursday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got a left-hand shoulder block due to a stalled vehicle 270 southbound at 70. Point forecast is going to be chilly this morning with a high of 68. Right now it's 47 at the Portland studio.
Yeah, that's right. There is Thursday night football, so make sure you make your Riz Show Fastlane Pick'em Challenge picks for tonight's game. Denver at New Orleans. Moon, who do you got?
Oh, I have New Orleans.
New Orleans. Take New Orleans.
This
I'm
week,
taking Denver.
This week, to be honest, I have almost every single home team. I think I only have 2 games with away picks, and of course the Chiefs are one of them.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the Niners against the Chiefs.
You would.
Yeah, I think that's going to be I think that might be their first loss. Yeah. And the Niners haven't looked good in a lot of the games, but they're coming on now and they're getting healthy.
Travis Kelce was in New York, the Yankee games all week. His head is not in the game,
they're
man.
Stacked. They're stacked. It's going to be a great game either way.
They seem to pull it out even when he's away for the whole week.
Purdy's
coming off a bye week, man.
Purdy's my fantasy guy, so I kind of can't lose and kind of can't win this week.
Lern, tonight, Denver or New Orleans?
I love New Orleans.
I
It's
know
my
you
favorite
do.
city. But I also love San Francisco.
They're not
It's a
playing
battle of
tonight.
my cities. Oh, I'm sorry. Who are they playing?
Denver.
Oh,
You love Denver too. Your
my sister lives in Denver.
You like horses?
Denver.
Gosh, damn it.
Which
Kate
colors-
Hudson votes for Denver. I'm going New Orleans.
Kate Hudson votes for Denver.
Or roots for Denver. Yeah.
for Denver.
Yeah, they vote. Gabe, I don't know anything about sports. So
Kate Hudson, she goes up to Canada sometimes too.
She does?
Yeah, like anybody, if they visit Canada, I'll tell you.
to Whistler? Like, where is she going?
No,
I'll talk about it.
I think her parents had a place in Lake Muskoka in Ontario.
Really?
So yeah.
Cool.
All right, so you go New Orleans.
I think so.
Gabe?
I'm going to go Denver. I
Denver?
think, yeah. I think Bo Nix is going to have a good game, and New Orleans is a little beat up.
I'm going Denver as well. Rafe?
Same.
King Scott?
I like what Lern said. I know that Broncos and the Saints are playing tonight, but I'm going 49ers, so I think that's
Now, if you were going to go straight mascot pick,
Oh,
can,
yeah.
can a Saint beat up a Bronco?
Yes, of course. At home, in their own church, yes. Bless these saints. Screw you, horses.
Whatever, dude. The Illuminati lives under the Denver airport, and the Broncos. I mean, that's their golden god up there. That red-eyed blue Bronco.
This is how I make my picks, Gabe. Is what mascot would kill the other mascot?
Would kill the other mascot in a fight to the death.
That's right. And
It's a Saint versus a Bronco.
St. Christopher
You get to
versus
pick
a wild
which Saint.
stallion.
Yeah.
I think, I think the Broncos got a good.
If we're going to make all our picks that way this week.
That is how we make our picks. Every week, that's how I do
Jaguar
it.
would kill
A
a
Patriot.
1700
Easily.
soldier.
In the Battle of the Birds, the Falcons are on home territory. Have you ever
The
seen a
Bengals
Falcon?
would be doing way better if this were.
I think I'm actually taking Jacksonville over.
Yeah, me too.
Over New
Because a
England?
Jaguar
Yeah.
would definitely eat a Patriot.
Okay, would a Falcon beat a Seahawk?
100%.
Yes.
That's a good fight.
That's a good fight, though.
No, Falcon would win that fight.
Seahawks are huge. They're really big.
I think a Falcon
Yeah,
would
but
win
they're
the fight.
dorks.
They're dorks. They're dorks.
Would a Bengal beat a whatever a Brown is?
100%.
Would a Bengal
Brown?
be able to beat up a loose turd? Yes, I think so.
A Brown was like the guy's last name, wasn't it? He named the team after his last name, so it's like Paul Brown.
Yeah, so I will take the Bengals there.
Taking the Tigers.
Will a Buffalo beat up a Titan?
For sure, because one is still around and the other is not.
Hang on, you guys are going too fast for this.
You got to write.
Titans aren't extinct?
Titan is a mythological giant, so I want to go Titan.
I'll probably go
Nah,
Titan
They
there.
didn't stick around. The Bills are going to have them.
Bills will win.
Will a Packer beat a Texan?
And
Definitely.
the Texan will be armed.
Of course.
The Packer won't be able to run because he works in a meat packing plant. And he's having the same
I thought
issues
he was
we have.
He's got a
full of
cleaver.
cheese curds.
Yeah.
The Texans he's got a Marco's Pizza with him.
Yeah.
I just feel like the Packers being weighed down by cheese curds. Will a Colt beat a Dolphin?
Where are they playing?
They're
in the
playing
water
in
or on land?
Indianapolis.
They're playing in Indianapolis.
That's right. I don't think Dolphins do very well in the land of Indianapolis. I think in the Hoosier land, a dolphin can't breathe.
Will a Viking beat a lion?
Yes.
No.
With home weaponry,
That is a good game right there.
That's a good game.
That's a good game.
It's a
That's
good
what
game.
I call that.
I have the Vikings.
So you think a Viking would beat a lion?
In this
yeah.
scenario, yeah, the Vikings are at home, so they have a cachet of weaponry and
Viking-
defensive weaponry.
Yeah, and a Viking doesn't need a weapon either. Against a little lion.
That's dumb.
Little lion, just a little lion.
We're good. We're good.
Rafe?
It's going to be a great game, though.
I think a lion would kill a single Viking.
I think so too. Would a
Good.
giant beat an eagle?
100%.
Yeah, you'd have to go with the Giants, and then you're like, oh wait, let's look at the teams. No, oh, wait, let's remember the scenarios.
I'm going Giants. Giants. are at
Giants.
home.
Yeah.
Giant would beat an eagle probably.
Giant will beat an eagle.
Will a ram beat a raider?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
In this scenario, I think the Raiders are they're coming in from different entrances, so
No.
they're not super organized. And I think
I think the raider wins straight up against a ram.
big scary horny ram.
There's a pirate.
Raiders
Get
are
that cool
scary.
pirate sword.
Will a panther beat a commander?
No, I see
No.
the Commanders as masters and commanders, like what what's his face out in the water.
You love that movie, dude.
Russell Crowe.
It's not bad. Yeah, Russell Crowe.
No one in my life has referenced that movie.
And Commander.
The master and commander shall slay the cat.
All right. Well, listen, those are the picks, okay, guys? Good luck out there.
What about you don't think a Chief can beat a 49er? You just don't want to wade into those controversial waters, or what?
Historically, we could see like who won, the Chiefs or the 49ers, and I think the 49ers.
Historically, a lot of 49ers got killed out on the prairie.
Right.
Yeah.
They do have more picks. Chief would win.
I think so too.
What about a Jet against the Steeler?
Well, that 9/11. We know how that went.
Oh, what a reference.
Oh, boy.
I think we know how that went.
Controversial
Never
football
forget.
picks.
I think the guest is supposed to make that joke.
All right, we got some time left. Let's get some emails. Rizzuto at 1057thepoint.com.
Emails brought to you by Claus Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Hey, Gabe, would you ever go skydiving?
Yes.
Would you ever do it naked?
No.
We had a listener who's from Indiana, a Hoosier, naked skydiver, writing to follow up on the questions that we asked her after she sent pictures of her naked skydiving.
Yeah, she went naked skydiving.
She
we
said
had some questions, yes.
She said, first, the harness, because we were saying, I wouldn't do it just because the harness is going to destroy you. You know, it's like a seatbelt down there just ripping in. She said, no, the harness was actually quite comfortable and didn't cause any discomfort or problems in terms of the awkwardness or being naked with a guy attached to your back, because she had to do a tandem.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
She said, it wasn't as awkward as you think. Turns out falling from 10,000 feet distracts you from any weirdness that may have been there.
It's true.
It's true.
I was just thinking that if I went, because I'm new, when you're new skydiving, you can't go alone, so you have to have someone attached to me. So I was like, I want to change my answer. I want to be naked because someone's going to be attached to me.
Crazy enough.
And then she's like, oh, yeah, I had someone attached to me. I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Crazy enough, they let her do it for free.
That's right.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. Yeah.
Did she answer the question about like her fun bags flapping? Because in my head, we talked about with Rafe jumping out of the plane, and you said your cheeks were going crazy with the free fall. I imagine
it never looks as cool as you think it does.
that you're just flowing everywhere. You know,
depending on how big her boobies are.
I know.
Mine's the downstairs. It becomes like a flying squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it spreads apart.
Well, I can just tell you, like on the video they send you, like the way your face is like it's like it's like you're being ripped apart at a cellular level.
Yeah.
So it cannot be flattering on the upstairs or the downstairs.
I've seen a video of a dude skydiving naked, and his thing, because you do that position where your hands are kind of field goaling and your legs are bent like this. And his thing is going lap, 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 like behind him. You know what I'm saying? It's going. It's because the view is from right above him, so you see it.
A kid would be like, "Mommy, this one's got a tail." No,
it does. It looks like a little tail just popping up.
So that's what it is right there. I think
it'd be like a bobtail.
I think it's hilarious that she got to go for free. Like that's a box you check. Like you don't have to pay if you take your clothes off.
Yeah,
like, you're just like, yep.
Yeah, of course she's going for free. What other questions did she answer?
Well, she said all I could think about was how freeing and fun it was. I enjoyed the whole experience, and the guys were very respectful and made it laid back and fun for all involved. The landing. Since we both had gone skydiving many times before, they coached us through the landing on our feet to avoid any grass up our butts.
Yeah.
It all went well, and it was the experience of a lifetime. Anyway, love the show. Miss the old STL. Thanks for keeping me company every morning from a distance.
When you land, though, is somebody out there with a rope? Because now you're naked on the ground.
Yeah.
We got the
That's the hard part. Yeah, and the parachute, you got to collect up the parachute,
Right.
and then use that like a
Wrap
rope.
it around.
Yeah.
I imagine she's a free spirit. She
Yeah,
doesn't care about.
she don't care.
Nah.
We still have that picture of her.
I don't.
Didn't she? Did she send you a picture, Scott?
Nope.
What did you do with that, Scott?
I know.
I thought you sent us a picture. Anyway, all
I
right.
don't have
Next.
access to the fun.
Okay, you
email
guys were
account.
talking about body counts on yesterday's show, and it got me wondering what you think about this. If a woman hooks up with another woman, say in college, how far do two women need to go for it to qualify for a body count
Great
number?
question.
Best of luck describing this on air.
Great. That's a great question.
Okay, so girl on girl, how far do they have to go physically?
For it to count as a person.
Well,
for it to count in the body count.
I mean, there has to be penetration of some kind.
So let's say my wife was like, my body count is, 6.
Uh-huh.
But, I hooked up with, 5 girls in college.
Oh, I see
At
what we're
once.
saying.
Not at once.
That's 11,
Oh, sorry.
right? Real quick.
We weren't talking about
Oh,
fantasy.
is it 11 or is it, are we still, is it 6 still?
What does
Wait a minute.
hooked up mean? I think that's what they're asking.
Yeah, they want us to
Making out
describe the
making out at
line
the bar
on the,
for free
on air.
shots does not count. I'm going to tell you that right now. Seen that trick. Seen that trick many times. That ain't real. That's just you guys getting free drinks. Making out with your friend at the bar for attention and free shots
Does not count, no.
Does not go towards your body count.
Well, this could count. I mean, this could be a conversation for anything.
I think you got
guy gal too. You know what I'm saying? Like what constitutes that?
I think it varies too, like what you count, because I told you where I went to high school. We were taught it all counts.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're like,
everything counts.
Everything
Holding
counts
hands.
when you're, that's
Holding
a
hands
count.
counts at Westminster.
Yeah, Westminster holding hands is a body count. There's one.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I always just thought it's if you have sex, like that's your body count. It
But what-
changes the
but-
number a lot.
But what's your definition of that? You're talking about
Intercourse.
Between two women.
I mean,
Bumping.
okay.
They got to bump.
Yeah, there's this.
Bumping beeves.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeff.
See this pausing that she's doing? That is the correct way to
You're
talk
talking about
it.
Jeff's favorite thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's inappropriate to say. I'm going to just say it. Scissoring.
Great band. Great band.
The great Scissor
The
Sisters. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a great band, indie band. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to ask a lesbian, or a bi-curious lady. I mean, I don't know. I've never.
I would say
done
if
that.
you, yes, I think that qualifies by itself, or if there's some.
If you're the mouth of the South.
Or if some sort of orgasm
That's
was
it.
achieved. If orgasm was achieved by one or both, then you went far enough for, I think, 14.
Oh, so my body count's 0 now.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Guys, I'm glad we
I said one or both.
This is a great question, and I would. We have tons of LGBTQ plus audience members. I would love to know if that is because we're all heterosexuals in this room, I believe, and I think we consider our body count because of intercourse. And I wonder what it actually. I've never asked my gay friends that question. Like, what exactly does count towards your body count? If that is changed.
And then they're like, body count's like Santa Claus. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Oh, wait, sorry.
All right, thank you. Next.
Hey, everybody. I hope
Hello.
you're all having a great day. Around this time of year, this topic always comes to mind for me, and I've had many conversations with people about it and thought, well, what a fun conversation and interesting thing to hear your guys' take on it. I know this was already sort of talked about when Lern tried to go without shaving her armpits, but this is more leg specific. Around this time of year, I typically go from shaving my legs once a week plus to only every other week or so, because once it gets cold, I don't wear shorts outside of the house, find it a relief because I hate shaving. It's nice to have to do less. My boyfriend doesn't mind, but my roommate says that she hates the feeling of having hair on her legs, even in the winter when she has pants and shaves like once a week. I was wondering, from Lern's perspective, is she more like me and doesn't shave as often, or like my friend hates the feelings and shaves all the same, not depending on the season? From the guys, does it or would it bother you if your wives or significant others didn't shave their legs as often in the winter months, or even went hairy? Do you guys even care? Love the show. Would love to hear your opinions on what you think about this.
I don't care.
I have to shave my legs every day. I'm not kidding. I shave them every day throughout the winter. I hate the feeling of stubble on my legs. I can't stand it. Pits, I go like every couple of days. I shave my arms, which people think is weird. I do that like once a month.
Guys, you care.
I don't care, but I've also never been with anybody with like burly legs or armpits.
Yeah, neither have I.
Right? So I don't know if I could even say anything because my wife, I think, hates the feeling as well, so she does it anyway. I don't think I would care, but maybe I'm just saying that. Maybe this is a virtue signal. I don't know, man.
I shave. I'm bald and I shave my head and I hate doing it and I hate doing it every day. But I also didn't start out when I was younger, so I'm like started when I was lazy and I'm like, 3 days is good, or whatever. So I try and push it off. So I could do with some stubble and be like, I understand.
Yeah, I get it. Real quick, Rafe.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it doesn't bother me. If it was like a big, long, hairy legs year-round, I might be like, I don't love this.
Right, yeah.
But a little stubble,
Yeah, in
or
the
you're
winter
getting a little lazy in the winter, like whatever, it's fine.
Scott cares.
Yeah, I do care. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Something we
Well,
get behind.
figure that out.
All right, figure that out. Solving problems. All right, listen, we got to take one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. Backstage. That is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. I want to thank Mr. Gabe Kea for hanging out for the show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
See him at the St. Charles Funny Bone this weekend.
That's right. Wednesday or Thursday through Sunday. Every night there's a show.
That's right. Well, you were great. Always welcome here.
Thank you.
St. Louis zone.
St. Louis zone.
Chesterfield zone.
Mm-hmm.
St. Louis. We'll stick with St. Louis.
Hey, we got to shout out the hats on our heads, and thank you to these various companies for making very generous donations to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. I'll start with my head, sponsored by Ives Towing, 24/7 tow truck service in the southern St. Louis metro area. Emergency towing services and roadside assistance. Call 636-942-9989. Moon.
Accredited Roofing. Thank you, Accredited Roofing. Building trust with every roof. Excellence, authenticity, and community at the heart of every project. Contact Accredited Roofing today. 618-616-7515.
Lern.
Bi-State Fire Protection Corporation, protecting lives, safeguarding futures, our fire protection promise. Thanks for sponsoring my head and donating to Cardinal Glennon.
Rafe.
EcoFlow Gutter Solutions. Reliable gutter solutions for every home, providing top-notch gutter installation, repair, and cleaning to protect your home from water damage. 618-866-5484 or go to ecoflowguttersolutions.com.
All right. Moon, what else?
We had a few emails come over and say, hey, is Punk Rock Christmas sold out? Are tickets available? It is not sold out. Tickets are available December 7th at the pageant. So go to thepageant.com. There's the early show and there's the 8 p.m. show. So there is a matinee show at 3 p.m. that we added this year. Go to both. Go to one. We are going to do slightly different sets at each of them. And there's going to be some new stuff that we bring to the production and to the songs because we just wrote 2 more songs and tracked them this week. It's going to be a heck of a show. Don't miss it. December 7th, thepageant.com.
Learn.
I'm going to be at Fairview Heights on Saturday from noon to 2. We're going to have the billboard out at Gabe's. It is not you. I know it's not your house, Gabe, but it's a store called Gabe's. It's their grand opening. So bring the family out noon to 2, sign the billboard, and come see me. Thanks.
Rafe.
Come see me tonight with Anthony Stalter with that very billboard she just mentioned at the Hot Shots in Fenton. We'll be hanging out, fist fighting, arm wrestling, and then probably kissing and making up.
Nice.
But it'll be a fun night, family night. Come out, have some wings, watch 2 grown men kiss each other. Then go see Gabe Kea this weekend at St. Charles Funny Bone. He's a very funny dude. I give him my highest recommendation. 5 farts.
Nice.
5 farts.
Nice.
That's a lot. I don't give that out a lot.
Scott.
Yeah. Well, you can follow me at King Scott Rules. I won't dive any deeper on that one. But yeah, go see Gabe, and you guys have a beautiful day.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Teamers Remember the Day brought to you by Hot Shots from Alton, Illinois, Jordan Bruce.
Yeah, Jordan.
Teamers Remember the Day. Jordan wants to hear this song. Here we go. Have a great rest of your day. Donnie's next. Bye.
Energy up.